It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Good morning, guys. Hello. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Y'all get up in here. We got a show. Listen, I took my braids out, girl, last night because I gotta wash it, dye my gray out my hair. And I saw Harriet Tubman had a statue down somewhere. I can't even remember, but we'll get into it. And then I looked in the mirror and I felt like Harriet Tubman, great niece, because I look just like a girl. Look so bad. But, you know, neither here nor there. The fro is froing, and it ain't even the 70s, but the girl's still gonna rock out. You feel me? So, yay. Done took the braids out, girl, and it's just a time, you know. Yay. But what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? We got a nice little show today. We talking about Nakia, thank you for becoming a new member. Nakia. I appreciate it. My cousin named Nakia. You guys, we got a nice little show. Harriet Tubman got a statue somewhere else, and Nick Rose is happy. That's all we need is a statue. You know, we love a good statue, you know. So we're gonna talking about that. Spirit Airlines, girl, you seen how Spirit Airlines down there done landed in Haiti and the people done started popping them, girl. It was ridiculous, girl. I thought Spirit was hood in America. Turns out it's even more hood down in Haiti. We don't get into it. Ray J is cussing out Pastor Jamal Bryant. He said because Jamal Bryant is about to release a podcast that he don't want released. And I'm just like, girl, bye. Remember yesterday we had an African Beyonce? Well, we got an African Lil Baby. Wait, we got him coming up. Nigerians are literally channeling African Americans or so-called African Americans, Black Americans, FBA, ADOs, I don't know, Acorn, whatever. We'll get into it. Then also a Diddy Accuser talks about trafficking the young children and dressing them up as Harajuku Barbies. Nah. Now, you know, let me say this before I move on with the lineup. I always heard Nicki Minaj say, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Harajuku Barbie. So one day I said, let me go look and see what a Harajuku Barbie is. And a Harajuku Barbie is literally a grown Asian woman dressed up like a doll baby. It's on some weird, sick, sadistic, what do you call it? Like, you know, sexual thing. You know what I mean? That's the dark side of it, but girl, we gonna get into it, okay? And then we also have girl, clear women shaving their heads in protest of Kamala not making it. They want Joe Biden to step down just so she can get 30 days of presidency, you know, participation trophy type teas. We'll get into it. Who birthday? Everybody putting cakes in the chat. Who birthday? Is it Amber? And then we also have Tom Homan is the new border czar, and he is not playing. Do you hear me? He is not playing. We gonna get into it. Child, look, let me tell y'all something. Girl, when I tell you the people is in an uproar behind Tom Homan, whatever his name is. They say he don't play. I was looking at the videos and he do not play. And let me say this too. Your birthday today too, Kim? All right, we about to get y'all. Hold on. Let me say this too. Black people, we're showing our ignorance. We want to be so educated and so smart. We're showing our ignorance. Oh, black people, stay out of this. All the Latinos who voted for Trump, they're gonna go get deported. No, duck, goose. Obviously, the ones who voted for him are citizens. Duh. Like, I don't understand. Black people, we showing our ignorance, and we supposed to be smart. Okay, we supposed to be intelligent. We supposed to be college educated. But I told y'all, college making them churn dumb anyway. Oh, and we're gonna talk about the Department of Education. Let me write that down. Hold on, get my pen. Yeah, I be having to take notes now because I don't be wanting to miss nothing. Did I leave the pen over there? Y'all remind me. Oh no, here you go. DOJ, because that's one of the things Trump said he getting rid of, as he should. Okay. Right, Barack did bring him up because he worked under Barack. You know, they called Barack the deporter in chief. A lot of people don't know that. See, they was just so mesmerized by how smooth he talked and them black lips from smoking all them Newports. You know what I'm saying? They forgot that Barack Obama got rid of more illegal immigrants than any other president. They actually called him the deporter in chief, but they don't want to hear that though. They don't want to hear that because they love that Negro. You know what I mean? We'll get into it. Thank you. We call BS Podcast for the super chat. Good morning, dolls and dons. It's my daughter. Dang, everybody got a birthday today. Dang, Scorpios. Lord, y'all aggressive, huh? Lord. It's my daughter's 29th birthday. My grandson's 5th birthday tomorrow. My middle son, yeah, y'all aggressive. And the middle son's 28th birthday on the 20th. Girl, Scorpios, y'all like them other people. Y'all know what other people I'm talking about. Remember them other people? How aggressive, girl. Let me hurry up and say happy birthday to y'all. I don't want no smoke with the Scorpio people because y'all are very, very aggressive, as I see. 15 birthdays in the chat and 5 on the super chat. Girl, you can't make this up. Shout out to the Scorpios. I don't want no smoke. Shout out to my people. Love y'all down to the ground. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday today. Okay. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all down to the ground. Y'all get these cakes down to the chat so we can get this birthday going. Happy birthday to all of y'all. Love y'all.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Joe. I think we did it, Joe, need to be after every birthday, huh? I like it because it feel like that on your birthday. We did it, Joe. It feel like that after you come around another year. Now look at this Negro want to start wrestling with a stuffed animal. He been laying down all day. Anyways, same be hating. Happy birthday, Wanda, to your daughter. Hold on, yeah, your daughter. Happy 29th. Your grandbaby. Happy 5th. And the son, happy 28th. To Kim, Amber, Linda, Lakeisha, Brenda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Alicia, Marisa, Tonica, Karen, Vicky, Teresa, Monica, Karen, and Nicki, Cookie. Oh, I met her at the ice cream parlor. Yeah, all of y'all. Happy birthday, y'all. Because this is about 59 of y'all. And I can't remember everybody. Happy birthday, though. Happy birthday. Look at this. Niji Warrior, it's your birthday too? Oh my Lord. Jesus. Oh. First of all, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, girl. Thank you. And happy birthday to Niji Warrior. See, it's about 15 of y'all. Yeah, Kim, about 3 Kims. Yep, it's at least 3 Kims' birthday today. Man, look, y'all cuss up for the birthdays, girl. Happy birthday, Niji Warrior. Love you down to the ground. Everybody, love y'all down to the ground. Them Scorpios is y'all almost as aggressive as them other people. I ain't gonna say their names. We don't want to bring nothing up that's old. Y'all don't want no old stuff to come back up. But you know, they had another group of people that was like, whoo, I was scared to come out the house. You know what I'm saying? But at least y'all sound a little bit friendly. So shout out to the Scorpios, Niji Warrior, Kim, Amber, Wanda, and all her whole family. Everybody in the chat, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope y'all have as many as you desire and enjoy this wonderful month. Y'all notice it's still hot in November? Yeah. Shout out to the Scorpios, y'all. Happy birthday. And look, Anija just became a member. Thank you so much. Girl, you cutting up, huh? Shout out. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Thank you for the super chat. Love wisdom. Tom Homan is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the border. Yeah, I see. Hopefully black women will learn to stop mammying for society. Girl, listen. We need that man. We need that man more than ever. Girl, you see that man came on there and said, yeah, I've been getting unaliving threats. He said, but I moved my family. He said, you think that's going to stop me? And he a veteran, a real veteran, not like the one Kamala had running with her, talking about he was down in Iraq or somewhere. Turns out, girl, he wasn't even in Chirac. Girl, he ain't go nowhere. He was in the National Guard or the Reserves. And when they told him to deploy, girl, he said, oop, out of here. And girl, he went up there talking about here. Girl, shout out to the real veterans. Like I say, the real veterans. He shouldn't, what's his name? Not JD Vance. That's Trump boy, huh? What's the boy ran with Kamala? He should not be celebrating Veterans Day. He one of them that don't get to celebrate. Okay. But we really need Tom Hammond right now. We do. We really do. Thank you. Talanda, thank you for the soup. I'm sorry for being a member for 5 months. Oh, Tim Waltz. Yeah, Tim Waltz. Girl, he shouldn't celebrate. She says, my only daughter turned 21 on Friday the 8th. Happy birthday to your only daughter. I only got one daughter too. I only got one child, girl. I did it once and said, this ain't for me. The Lord don't want, this ain't my thing, you know. And then my sister-in-laws, both of them was living with me at separate times, and they all had 4-5 churn. Girl, I see them churn snotting and crying, and they fighting. One fell up the stairs, the other one fell down the stairs. Girl, they was over there crying and hungry, and I say, oh yeah, this ain't my thing. You know what I mean? I'm a one and done type of girl, you know. Granted, later on down the line, I said I did wanted to have another one, but then it just didn't work out. So, you know, I was right the first time. But girl, all them churn, girl, oh Lord, coming home and churn just everywhere. Oh, girl. She can't even remember their name. Little boy, come here, little girl. What's her name? Girl, I forgot. There's too many of them. I ain't want that. That wasn't my life, you know. That wasn't my calling, you know. So I decided to just go ahead and stop at the one because it wasn't for me. You know, everybody know what's for them. But I knew 4-5 churn running around wasn't for me. Now, shout out to the women who had a 4-5 churn. Y'all, thank you for y'all service. Y'all are the real MVPs. But the way my mental health is set up, it wasn't my thing, you know. So I just decided to just pop out the one and then, you know, go back in. I didn't want to pop out no more. But go back in. So yeah, shout out to y'all. Yeah, I only have one child too, girl. Woo. Shout out to y'all, girl. Woo, especially in this economy, you got them churn. Girl, they'll be having summer jobs at 8. Do you hear me? I need everybody to pitch in. Everybody. The 8-year-old, go cut grass. I don't care if you can't reach the lawnmower. Go learn how to get on the ride with lawnmower. We got bills to pay. I'm broke. I can't feed y'all. Everybody got to go get a job. Even the baby. I don't care if she go start a YouTube channel. She got to get a job. I'm just saying in 2024. I don't know how y'all do it, but that's why I say y'all the real MVPs because I can't do it. Whew. Lord Jesus. Oh, need you say I have 8 total, 5 living in the house and a bonus baby. Girl, you got a daycare center. Whew. Jesus Christ. Oh Lord, y'all the real MVPs. Lord, they say he only give you what you can handle, huh? He knew I couldn't handle that. My nerves too bad. You know, my mama tell me that you don't need all them churn. My mama said your nerves too bad, and it is. And then I was scared. See, my daughter, the only one I have, she is nothing like me. Very calm, very, you know, speak when spoken to, respectful and nice, and you know, sweet and kind. And I'm not saying I'm none of those things, but she's not me. And I was scared that the next one was gonna be just like me. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. I was like, I can't do me. Like we'll be bad, we'll be windmilling. We'll be windmilling in the house, me and my child. We'll be windmilling. I couldn't do it. I know you lying. It's your birthday too. Girl, see what I'm saying? Happy birthday, fat. Happy birthday. I know you lying. You just missed the song, girl. And plus, you like number 15 in line. The whole chat got a birthday today. But happy birthday. I know you lying. I love you down to the ground, fat. And I hope you have as many as you would desire. Now, let's get into the show, y'all. Let's get into the show. Where do we start, girl? Let's go get African Lil Baby. Let's go get y'all know I told y'all about Tyler. They dressing her like Aaliyah and making her dance like Beyonce. And in a normal situation, I feel some type of way. But Beyonce is a colonizer too. So, you know, it is what it is. But African Lil Baby. So, first of all, I told y'all, I said, hey, y'all, what they're doing is they are literally taking other people, cosplaying them into the industry so that history can speak that these were the original people of this stuff, right? And then, like I said, most people might feel like, girl, it's not that deep. Girl, it's just music, blah, 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 blah. But I keep telling y'all, like with Tyler, when you erase a person's past, like they have done ours, that's why we over here still running behind slave ships and things of that nature, slavery. Woo, you know how we do. But when you erase a person's past, you can control them future-wise because they don't know nothing. And you can tell them what you want them to know. And people can literally be walking around not knowing they are who they're reading about that were great. For instance, and I'm so glad I said that because that makes sense. Think about it now. They told us we were slaves. They told us we had nothing. We was broke, poor. They came we came from Africa. They helped us out by coming get us because we ain't know nothing. We ain't had nothing. We ain't want nothing. Remember they told us that? But in reality, that's the false. That's a lie. The reality is we were the great people of this here nation. Okay. We never came from Africa for the most part. We never came from Africa, and we were the great nation, the Mayan, the Inca, all that, the Egyptian. We were the great people of this nation. But see, when they take your history from you, you just think, oh my God, you know, it's not that big of a deal. And I'll just get my history from somebody else. And that's a lie. You should never do that. You should never do everything that they claim was great across these seas was right here amongst people like you and me. Okay. But they took that history away. Now let's fast forward it to rap. People thinking it's just rap, not a big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal actually, because in 100 years, they are going to write history saying that, hey, these were the original people who created this. And if you take an essence like hip hop, R&B, they already done took what do you call it? They done already took rock and roll and country music. They done already took that. If you ask somebody in 2024 who created rock and roll and country music, they're gonna tell you a clear person. So they already took that. But when you take bits and pieces of someone's essence and put it on somebody else and make them forget who they were, then it lets the people in charge create the narrative. And when they create the narrative, they get to be in charge of everything future-wise. That's why we stuck on slavery in 2024 mentally and not even realize we keeping the shackles on our brains. Now let's go get African Lil Baby. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Like the video, guys. So here goes African Lil Baby. And I hope I explained that right. Now, sound off, you wouldn't know. Well, you know from the front side because he don't look like us. But sound off, you wouldn't know that this is a Nigerian dude. This is a Nigerian dude. Look at him. Dress, braids. They wasn't braiding their hair like that in Africa until they saw us. Okay, let's talk about it. So everything about this dude screams Black American. I mean, we know the difference. We can look at him and tell he ain't us. But every single thing that he's doing, look-wise, even rap-wise, I'm going to let y'all hear just a snippet. Even rap-wise, he, outside of the accent, he talks, raps, and sounds exactly like us. I'm going to give y'all a snippet. Hold on. Now, I can't really play the song, but let me read some of the lyrics. I'm gonna read some of the lyrics. All right. So he said, you know, you match my steez. You know I'm a G. Shorty, I'ma always keep it real. I know they for whatever. They too much for me. And some old African babble and blah 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 blah. Shorty, they jocking my steez. Seriously? Shorty, steez. Africans don't talk like that. And we look at this and take it like, oh, we're flattered. No, that's going way over your head. That's going way, that's not, they're not flattering you. They are stealing your identity. You know I'm a G. Shorty, I'm always keep it real. Come on now. Come on now. That's not flattery. The Japanese, y'all thought it was flattery when the Japanese took breakdancing and hip hop. Y'all was flattered, remember? And then hip hop went to the Olympics and ain't had African American, FBA, Black American in the whole thing. They would rather put a clear woman from Australia than to have you down there to represent something you created. Not no Puerto Rican. Yes, they were there and they copied just like everybody else. Remember, they still conquistadors. We have to stop being flattered by stuff like that because we think in the present. We don't think nowhere down the line. So we flattered and they're gonna take your stuff. It's gonna happen. They've been doing it the whole. We were flattered when Elvis Presley came out. Home should go. We were flattered. We were flattered. But guess what history says? Elvis Presley is the king and the originator of rock and roll. You get it? Asia Bushways said, I love Afrobeats. I don't have a problem with Afrobeats. I think my problem is they are not you. There's nothing African about Afrobeats. That's the problem I have with it. There's literally nothing African about Afrobeats other than a little bit of the melody on the beat. There's literally nothing African about Afrobeats. So if Afrobeats was like, for instance, let's say the like y'all ever heard Mexican music? Mexican music is nothing like American music. I'm talking about the tempo, the beats, the melodies. It's nothing like American music. Afrobeats is just a chip off of hip hop. Yeah, hip hop mixed with the Caribbean. That's what it is. It's giving hip hop, Caribbean, mix them together and call it Afrobeats. Oh yeah, dance hall too. Dance hall. But all of those are our creations on this side of the Americas. I don't partake in Afrobeats. I don't partake in it because I feel like they're stealing. A lot of people will look at it and say, well, but voodoo, it's not that big of a deal. I think it's cute. Well, okay. They're literally erasing you in front of your face and you bobbing to the beat. But again, I digress. Here's the African little baby. Probably don't hardly speak a lick of real English, but they got him speaking enough English to where he can drop the song and say somebody jocking his steeds or something like that. Girl, y'all is crazy. This is not flattering. This is not cute. This is not, I wouldn't support it. I don't know. Y'all do what y'all want. For me, I'm not supporting this. I'm not supporting my people's own demise because they're literally doing what they've always done in the past. Sneak in somebody to cosplay you and you think it's flattering, and then they turn whatever was you into them. Literally. This how, and you know what? Now that we on it, and I'm about to move on. I believe Milli Vanilli was an experiment that went really well until it didn't. Milli Vanilli was an experiment that went really well until it didn't. And let me tell you why I call it an experiment. They wanted to see that if they can get black people from somewhere else, which was what, Europe, Germany, or something like that. If they can get black people from somewhere else, cosplay them into the music. Look, hear me out. Cosplay them into the music. Would we accept them and believe that we are them? And it worked like a charm. It wasn't until them boys started talking, or when them boys started messing up on stage and they found out that they was lip singing. And guess who did all the music? Guess who was the real people behind the music? Black Americans. Black Americans. Milli Vanilli was an experiment. And once they realized they could play on our top, they was like, bet, we got them. See, at first they had to get clear people to mimic us. And it was like, they may not buy this. Tina Marie was the last experiment, and we bought it. We did. My mama loved Tina Marie. Love her down to the ground. But we still didn't revere Tina Marie like we did the Patties, the Diana Rosses. We didn't revere her like that. Aretha Franklin. No. But they say, oh, we got one. Go get the Milli Vanilli. You know what I mean? Put the fake dreads on them. Put the fake dreads on them, have them lip sync, get them dressed up like the 80s Negro, and have them go do that. Girl, you know it's true. And look at niggas. Ooh, 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 I love you. Oh, yeah, we was cutting up. Whole time, they wasn't even us. And once they realized they could play on our top, they was like, bet, we got them. We got them. Say less. We don't have to go get them Negroes. All we got to do is take their style, their steez, and as he say steez, take that, go find somebody who look like them, put their jacket on that person and push them out there. And look, and we're going to keep pushing them, Tyler. And we're going to keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them, Nicki. Oh, yeah. We talking now, right? We having a conversation or what we doing? Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Harajuku Barbie. Yeah, great artist, but neither here nor there. All we got to do is take the jacket off of them, put it on somebody else, push them out there, and they gonna bite, and we bite every time. Just like with Afrobeats, we biting again. Girl, Afrobeats about to turn into full-on hip-hop, and they gonna say they invented it, and then 50 years from now, their grandkids gonna be arguing with our grandkids saying that they created it because history reflects that they did. That's just how it goes. But I just wanted to add that on here. Y'all get the likes up on the video, y'all. Like the video. Shout out to the African little baby and ASAP Rocky, Ferg, whatever one. I don't know. Yeah, T. Industry plant starter package. Millie walked so the rest could run. Girl, they are sprinting in a marathon. Do you hear me? Sprinting in a marathon. They did the same thing in film. Idris Elba. And can I say this? This might catch you off guard, but I got to say this about Idris. Idris Elba is not really handsome for real. Black women love Idris Elba, or women love Idris Elba, not because he's the most handsome. It's because he has BDE. Can we talk about it? I mean, I just got to say that part. Shout out to Idris. Idris Elba came over here, doing his thing. But we really like him. We don't even realize it. It ain't because he's just the most handsome, because he's not. It was because he got BDE. That's what it is. The BDE. Whenever some woman look at Idris, they thinking about what's going on between their legs. You know what I mean? It's the truth. We be thinking about between our legs. He just got BDE. But hey, I'm here for a good BDE. You know me. I love that, But I'm just saying, like, he ain't the most attractive. He ain't. And don't say the accent. I saw somebody say the accent because we didn't know he had an accent till he played and Taken. Before that nigga had done mastered the nigga accent down to the ground. I didn't know, at least for me, I didn't know he had an accent until Taken. What is it? Not Taken. Takers. Remember with Tip? And they was over there robbing people. Nigga say, what about LDE? I don't know nothing about that. Anyway, let's move on, y'all. So now we gotta move. Let's go get Harriet Tubman, girl. Did y'all know that Harriet Tubman have a new statue? Yes, she does. And they say that they done made her a general. Harriet Tubman been gone for 100,000 years. And now they want to promote her on Veterans Day as a general. Now, let me tell y'all this, because this is how they play with y'all every time. Whenever the clears start to celebrate people who worked against them, question that. Let me say it again, because I don't want that to go over nobody's head. Whenever the clears start to celebrate a figure that went against them, you should question that. You should question that. Let me tell you why. Because think about it. Why would a system who works diligently to oppress you, minimize you, and erase you, why would they celebrate someone who fought against that? Hey, I'm just trying to get you to think outside of the box, and see, boom, boom, boom. All right. Take that information, do with it as you please, but just ask yourself. Remember, we're on the whys now. We know what the whats are. We need to start focusing on the whys. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there. Anytime the powers that be want to celebrate somebody who worked diligently against them, you should question that. You should question that. Okay. Now let's go get Harriet. So Harriet, during the what do you call it? During Veterans Day, they decided to promote her to a general or something like that, girl. And I said, well, she ain't even here. Why is you promoting her? It's somebody in the real military who need that promotion, and you giving her a promotion. She ain't even here to accept it. What are you talking about? What is going on? So let's go get it. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Now, whoever child it is out there beating, I'm about to go beat him. Girl, you can't. First it's the dogs. Now it's churn out here. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Dang, what that All right, so let's get into it. Oh gosh. So here we have, let me share the tab. Sorry, y'all. Is it this one I had? Oh, it's this one. All right. Excited to witness history on Veterans Day. Hashtag Veterans Day. Look what it says. Congratulations to the Army's newest general, Brigadier General. They gave her the first one. All right. Harriet Tubman, Maryland Governor Westmore, and Major General Burkhead, Maryland, Adjutant General, commissioned Tubman as a general officer in the Maryland National Guard. And it would make sense she'd be in the National Guard because she was doing some statewide stuff, type T's. All right. So here is the so-called Harriet Tubman. Yay. And here go the new Negroes. So excited. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. You know how Negroes get. We love a good piece of symbolism. You know how they go. We love a good piece of symbols. Love a good symbol, girl. We can't live without a symbol. Okay. So here she is being honored. I want to show y'all a video. Let's get the video.
Is referred to her as General.
Today, 111 years after Harriet Tubman died, the Maryland Army National Guard is awarding her posthumously
to the rank of Brigadier General in the Maryland National Guard.
How do you think she would have reacted if she could have seen this?
She would say, it wasn't me, it was the Lord.
And General Burkhead is placing the symbolic rank.
How the hell she knew? How she know? And I don't care if she's a so-called descendant. You ain't never talked to that lady. How you know it? I swear, niggas and flies. Niggas and flies. Niggas and flies I do despise. Girl.
Around her neck.
The great-great-great-grandniece of Harriet Tubman was...
She ain't even and first of all, Harriet ain't had no churn. Harriet ain't had no churn. So she supposed to be the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandniece. Who your grandma is? Girl, them people lying to y'all. Them people lying to y'all. Them people are lying to y'all.
Proud to accept this award on her behalf.
Overwhelmed and just I'm tearing up because, she did so many great things.
You don't even look like Harriet. Let's talk about it. You don't look like her. Now, I know 12 generations in her past, but you don't give me Harriet Tubman teeth. Where they found this Negro at and paid her to come on here and say this? Girl.
Community, particularly in Maryland, has referred to her as General.
Today, 111 years.
Aunt Harriet was one of those veterans informally. She gave up any rights that she had obtained for herself to be able to fight for others. Wyatt said she is a selfless person. Tina Wyatt.
After Harriet Tubman.
Now, listen, I already believed this before. Well, I was on the fence. Dan Calloway was right. Harriet Tubman is fake. I don't care what nobody says. This shit is fake as hell. Dan Calloway was right. I'm going on record. This don't even make sense. I am going on record to tell y'all now. I was more towards she probably is, because I understand how these people play with our brains to keep us mentally enslaved. But now that I'm watching this and thinking about it, Dan Calloway was right. I don't think she's a real character. I don't. And if you feel some type of way because I say that, oh well, take your ass back to master chick slaves. I don't. This none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. You got the 59th great grandniece saying what she would have said. Oh, because it wasn't me. It was the Lord. Girl, please. You don't know what that lady would have said. This is too performative for me. This is extremely performative. Like extremely. And why she not real. I don't think she's real. I don't believe it. But I guess, I mean, if Tim Walsh could say he a veteran, I guess they say give Harriet her things, you know. This is so performative. The world is a stage. The world is a stage. The world is a stage. It's definitely a stage, and that's all I'll say. But shout out to Harriet's 59th great grandniece. She was able to get her award for her great aunt that she know her mom, know her mom's mom, know her mom's momo, know her momo, that momo. They ain't never know that lady, ain't never seen that lady, don't know nothing about the lady except what she telling us. But shout out to the great grandniece, girl. I'm tired. Them people playing in our face. Thank you, Dr. Thomas, for the super chat. Just watch Fall of the Cabal with a C. I'll never see the world the same again. Where that's at? Where I can find that out? I'll look for that. Let me write that down. Fall of the Cabal. Let me write that down with a C. Gotcha. Thank you so much. This is too performative, guys. This is extremely performative, and yay. And I watched Dane's video years ago when he made it, and I watched how black people went in the uproar, and again, we just love Rumble. Okay, got it. Thank you, Dr. T. So look, I watched it years ago, and I didn't really sit in it. I watched black people get upset about it, and I'm like, Lord, here go Negroes loving them. Oh, how dare you say we ain't but no slave? I'm a slave now. You're crazy. Why would you go around and say, oh, Harriet wasn't real? What you trying to say? Because I know I was a slave. I feel the slavery in my bones. It passed down generations to generations. You don't get to tell me my great-great-great-grandfather didn't get slashes across his back. Who you think you is, boy? You done lost your mind. You quiet that down for massa here, you boy. Yeah, you know how niggas be, girl. You know how niggas. Quiet that down for massa here, you boy. We all get in trouble. Are you crazy? Have you lost your doggone mind, boy? Nah, I gets along good around here. Master treat me real nice, real good. I make good money. And I be damned if I let you come across here and mess up my life, boy. I'll kill him dead. Girl, if you don't go lay down. Oh, Jesus. And you know what's crazy? Prior to the 1950s, we didn't think we were from Africa. Y'all do know that. Not only did we not think we were from Africa, we didn't have no recollection of this so-called slavery that they talk about. It wasn't until they introduced it in the late 50s, early 60s, and then Plagiarizing Negro came along and made the Roots book, who he stole from a clear man, and then they made the movie in the 70s, and we've been messed up ever since. What would we have been if we were never told we were slaves? Yeah. I feel like we'd have been a much better group of people if we were never told we were slaves. Thank you, Samanya, for the super chat. For the super sticker. Thank you so much. Whew. What would we have been if we have never? Think about it. It's a real question, and you can answer it in your head. What would be how would we have grown if we had never known anything about slavery, even if it happened? I just wonder that all the time. But thank you so much for the super chat. Let's move on, girl. I ain't got time for this lady. Spirit Airlines, let's go get them. Let's go get them. So Spirit Airlines landed in Haiti, and they say they hit up the blicky on them, girl. They say the people was jumping the scared, girl. Now, first of all, who is flying to Haiti and why? No shade to Haiti, but I'm just saying that, But anyway, they say the plane touched down on the ground, and the blicky came out, and the people was running and hiding the scared, girl. Poor Haiti and poor Spirit. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's get into it. It says, a Spirit Airlines flight attempted to land in Haiti was forced to divert after it was hit by blicky fire on Monday. According to the New York Times, Spirit Flight 951 was struck by bullets several times and was forced to land in the Dominican Republic instead of its original destination, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Tommy Fletcher, a spokesperson for the airline, revealed that one of the attendants sustained minor injuries amid the chaos. That means she must have fell and hit her head on one of the seats. The shooting comes just one day after Haiti's interim prime minister was fired. This is the second time in a few months that an aircraft has been hit by blicky fire in Haiti. For real? Just last month, a United Nations helicopter with 3 crew members and 15 passengers was popped at several times as it flew over Haiti's capital. Why? Leave Haiti alone. Leave Haiti alone. And if you're Haitian and you're over here, don't go back unless you're coming on the boat. Leave them people alone. Them people don't want to be bothered. Obviously, is what they're trying to say. Get from around here. Now, who on here is from Haiti? Because it seems like Haiti said they don't want to be bothered. Leave them people alone. Stop coming over there. Y'all don't want to give them no aid. Y'all done took everything from them. Now, because I know about Haitian history. Y'all done took all their stuff from them after they kicked the French's ass in the war. Y'all took every single resource from them and left them for dead. That's why they around there eating cats and dogs and things of that nature. Now y'all want to come fly over? Leave them people alone. Now, leave them people alone. Like, them people don't want to be bothered. That's what they saying. Come get from around here. Shoot. That's what they saying. Literally, all they saying is get from around here. Like, that's crazy. Leave them people alone. Let them people do what they doing down there. Leave them people alone. They thought it was the Clintons. Girl, I hope the Clintons wouldn't be on a Spirit flight. Somebody said, who would ride a Spirit flight to Haiti? Girl, what airline is coming to Haiti outside of Spirit? Frontier? Because, girl, first class Delta, I just, shout out to Haiti, though. Shout out to Haiti. But them people tired. They sick and tired of being sick and tired. Thank you, Miss Tuskegee, Alabama. Shout out to Tuskegee. I heard y'all had a shooting out there at the school, huh? I ain't really read much into it, man. My prayers out to everybody out there. I heard they arrested somebody, but my prayers to everybody down there on Tuskegee, man. Voodoo, what are your thoughts on Shirley Chisholm? I watched the movie and noticed that her and her husband had accents. Keep being great. Oh yeah, she a foreigner. I don't know if she a hard R foreigner, but she's a foreigner. But they passed her off as if she was a Black American. Now she is Black from the Americas. I think she Caribbean. Shirley Chisholm was not a Black Negro woman, though. She wasn't like a Black American. She wasn't a Black American, and nothing wrong with her being, from the islands. And then it's just, I think my problem be when they try to pass them off as if they are us. That's where my problem come in. Fine, let her be Black from Bahamas or from wherever she's from. Let her be that Black and right. Don't pass her off as us, because we were ignorant enough to not understand the difference, Yeah, that's my thoughts on Shirley Chisholm. So she was not the first Black American woman to run for president. She was the first Black woman to run for president, but not Black American. She is not our people for real. Like she's a distant relative of us, but not like Black American, like FBA. Yeah, she ran for president, got her ass whipped, but she ran. She's so-called from Florida. Let me tell you something. See, when people say Florida, you already knew they come from off of them one of them boots. Girl, they got clean, smooth off the banana boat. Do you hear me? When they say, oh, she came out of Florida and they got that accent, banana boat. The real Floridians down there is niggas. You see what I'm saying? The real Florida people in Florida is niggas. The ones who come, them people, they come off the boat, girl. They just be saying, oh, I'm from Florida, I'm from New York. Of course, from the ports. Girl, you know a real Floridian. Trick Daddy is a real Florida nigga. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy is a real Florida nigga. Poking Beans Project goes all across it. That's a real nigga. All them other ones, Luke, you can see his teeth and know he ain't FBA. You can look at Luke's teeth and see he ain't one of us. I don't know how we let the teeth get past us. But it's certain little things you got to look for. Now, Shirley Chisholm, if you didn't pay attention, she just looked like one of us. But, when you really pay attention, you realize she not. So, yeah, girl. When they say Florida and New York, squint your eyes. I'm telling you now. When they say Florida, if you was already skeptical and then you ask them where they from, because a real nigga from Florida, you ain't going to get skeptical. But when you come across one you not showing and you say, where you from? And they say Florida or New York, girl. I'm just saying, y'all keep your head on the swivel. Now let's move on. Leave Haiti alone. Let Haiti do their thing. Them people don't want to be bothered with y'all. Now, I wanted to, let's go. Well, since we're here, guys, y'all get the likes up on the video, please. So did y'all hear about, let's go get Ray J first. I don't want to get dark yet. Let's go get Ray J first. So Ray J had a interview with Pastor Jamal Bryant. Pastor Holy Whore slinging his big D all around the congregation. I remember when Monique said that. And I don't know, I guess I'm nasty because when she was reading Giselle and she was like, Pastor Holy Whore slinging his big D across the congregation. I was thinking, it's big? I was like, wait, she said it was big? And then I had to go back and hit a read because my brain stopped at the part where she said, slinging his big D all over. I said, wait, what? Then I started thinking about all the women they say he had. I said, sound about right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying I stopped right there and then I had to go back and listen to the read again. But anyway, Ray J is mad because he said that Jamal Bryant is trying to put out an interview that he don't want out, and he's over there gonna talk about how the pastor better not play with him. Check it out, girl. Ray J got a lot going on.
Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Von Alvarez. But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit. Don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds. Me and Pastor Brian need to talk because the way I was treated was dirty and illegal. And I don't like it. And I don't want nobody to play that fucking interview. I don't care if you from the church or not. Like be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now. We need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem. Got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to...
I feel like the pastor could beat Ray J up. Yeah. Sorry. I feel like the pastor could beat Ray J up. So talking about snatching people off the pulpit. Ray J, go lay down. Please go lay down. You're not going to snatch nobody off the pulpit. You're not. And we don't even believe you. And you being serious. Like, nobody is at home like, oh, Lord, Ray J going to go. Like, nobody. Now, what was done and said in the video, in the interview. Now, one or two things I got thinking in my head, because I understand how the media / social media works. One or two things. Both of them are in on this to bring attention to the interview. So they come out with the ploy, oh, you better not put my stuff out. I'll bring it snatch her off the pulpit, just so people will be like, oh, where the interview? So he can get the numbers. Or this is real, and Ray J embarrassed himself or said something real bad on this interview. Now, I'm going to go and say it could be either or, because like I said, I understand how they play with people's minds, A lot of y'all don't realize this, but behind the scenes, when it comes to this social media stuff, they be plotting together. Like a lot of the beefs, like I would say 75% of the beefs that you see on social media are fake. I hope y'all know that, right? 75% of the beefs you see on social media, especially pertaining to celebrities, are fake. Like they literally get behind the scenes and plan it and be like, hey, I'm gonna say some real jacked up stuff about you. And they say, hey, I'm gonna say some real jacked up stuff about you. And they be like, all right, cool. And then they go online and then boom, boom, it be fake. So I just want y'all to know. But nevertheless, either it's fake and they in on it together, or Ray J really embarrassed himself. Either way, I will not be going to Pastor Jamal Bryant's channel. Unless he pull out that big D, he be slinging around the congregation. Then I'll go over there. But other than that, I won't be watching. Ray J, we don't believe you. Even if you had more people, we still won't believe you. Ray J, go lay down. Leave the pastor alone. Leave him alone. Okay? Now, if the clip surface on social media, I will be there. But other than that, I ain't got no time. I ain't about to play with these people. Not about to do it. Not about to do it. Ray J, please, Ray J. We don't have time for this. We got real stuff going on in the world. Ray J just want to be seen. We don't have time for this. We really don't. So, let's go to Diddy's accuser. So the girl says that she was at a party with Diddy. And at this party with Diddy, he had minors dressed as Harajuku Barbies. Now, should I go get a picture of it? Let's go get a picture of a Harajuku Barbie. Because when I did the research on this, right? Because I kept hearing Nicki Minaj. I go on Twitter and get one. I kept hearing Nicki Minaj say, Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki, the Harajuku, I don't even know how you spell this crap, Barbie. And I was like, what is that? Like, what is that? You know? And then I went and looked it up. And basically what it is grown women, Asians typically, who dress like dolls. But the dolls are really like dressed like children. You know what I mean? So, and it would make sense because I'm sorry, I got to get on your girl right quick. Look, it would make sense because Nicki's persona is grown woman in child, or it was at least at one point. Hear me out. I get it. It's Japanese culture. I hear the barbs in here. I'm just trying to give y'all a perspective on what I'm talking about. It makes sense that it's grown women dressed in childlike gear. And it makes sense for her career because Nicki's whole career when she first came out was very bright, very, very attractive to children. It really was. You know, it really was. And I'm not saying that Nicki, I don't know what Nicki was doing. But I'm just telling y'all, her persona in the rap game matched that of a Harajuku Barbie. She's a grown-ass woman, look, dressed like a child. So that's why every time you turn around, it's Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Harajuku Barbie, because I don't know if she knows this, but the facts are, it was to attract children. It was to attract children. Okay? These are the facts. It was to attract children. A lot of people might say that's not true, but wasn't no grown woman back then. Even when Lil' Kim dressed up in the colors, it wasn't like this. This is giving Toy Story. You know what I mean? This is giving toy store. Like you can find this doll in the store and your child would be like, oh mama, I want that. So rather Nicki was in on it or not, this whole theme of Harajuku Barbie was to attract children. Okay? Somebody said, I thought she liked anime. Anime is another tool that they use to attract children by the cartoon look. Right? So that, yeah, anime ain't what y'all think it is. Harajuku Barbie ain't what y'all think. None of this is what you think it is. None of this is what you think it is. They give you surface level to all of this stuff, but none of this is what you think it is. Right? Now, people like anime. Ain't nothing wrong with people liking anime. People like Harajuku Barbies. Ain't nothing wrong with people liking Harajuku Barbies until you realize what it is really for. So I wanted to go that part. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. You know what I mean? I wanted to go get a Harajuku Barbie so I could show y'all, but they keep showing me Nicki. And this is another thing too. Yeah, she sounded like a child, didn't she? And what was her alter ego? Who was her alter ego? Come on, now we about to talk about it. Girl, my bad. I had to mute it myself. My bad. I had made a mistake and hit the mute button. But listen to what I'm saying. My bad. I had made a mistake and hit the mute button. Let me fix the mic. Listen to what I'm saying. Nicki Minaj, I don't know how much y'all heard, but Nicki Minaj's whole alter ego was Roman. Roman was a little boy. Roman, clean up your room, Roman. Remember? Her whole persona, let's go back to it. Her entire persona was to attract children. Whether people want to believe it or not, it's just the facts. Nicki Minaj's Harajuku Barbie tees were to attract children because wasn't no grown woman walking around looking like this. Well, until after Nicki, then they started looking like that. But for the most part, no grown woman was walking around looking like this, okay? This was to attract children. So now I want to go get the Harajuku Barbie so y'all can see exactly what that is, right? I want y'all to see this because y'all got to understand where I'm going with this before I get y'all into this person who accused Diddy, because I forgot to tell y'all I'm doing it. Hold on. And people might say, oh, it's just culture. It's not that big of a deal. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's way deeper than you'd ever imagine. Okay? Way deeper than you'd ever imagine. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. All right. Oh, I don't want to use that one. I want to get like and there's this weird connection to Japan and American rap. There's a very weird connection to that. And I don't too particularly understand it. I'm pretty sure if I dive deep into it, I'll see why there's a connection. Like even Meg just did a song with what's that little Asian boy? I don't know the song. I feel like the song is a doggone chant where she was saying what Tasi wa saw, whatever the hell they be talking about. It's very weird. This one might be no, because that's actually a young child. I want to show y'all. Here we go. This is perfect. So look, here, remember, it's Japanese culture, so it's different. Right? Nigga said she about to get deported anyway. Girl, y'all is crazy. Coco said she about to get deported. Ooh, Caroline says it has something to do with Draco reptilians. Ooh, girl, I got to go into that. I got to get into it. There's a connection there. We got to figure it out. Listen, but here's a picture of a Harajuku Barbie, right? Let me see if I got, look, there you go. Now, the whole idea of this is a grown person dressed as a young child. Halito Gigi, listen, this is the theme of this is a grown person dressed as a child. That's the theme. A grown person dressed as a child. Now, some people might say, but voodoo, it's not a big deal. It's just people celebrating their culture. See, you don't understand voodoo because culture is different all across the world. You don't know everything about culture voodoo, but voodoo, you don't get it. You know how I go? You know how people be. And I get that because you don't know. You don't know. And I get that. But it's grown women dressed as little kids. Now, some even go into having grown boys, men, if they look soft enough. Because remember, the grown boy, the grown men in Japan typically have softer looks. That's why Thailand have the best TSs. No shade to the Negro TSs, but I'm telling you the truth. This is the God honest truth. This is the God honest truth. The God honest truth is the reason why the Thailand TSs is the best of the world, and then probably some of them Hispanic ones, is because the Thailand TSs, the men already have very soft features. They already have they don't have as defined features as a Black American or an African. You know what I mean? They just don't. So when they go TS, they already look soft in the face, and then with all the other stuff, boom, 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 boom. You know, they the best TSs. And I'm not saying the best like in like theater or nothing. I'm just saying like they the best passing ones. They the best passing ones, okay? Yeah, they already pretty. They are, you know what I mean? And no shade to the tickers. We got some girls. We got some girls in Black America. We do. But y'all still, it be stuff like your hands. You know what I mean? Like the hands just be looking like you've been working on the railroad. The face gives girl, but the hands be like, I used to build houses back in the day. You know what I mean? Or it'd be like, you know, it'll be like, oh, with the Black TSs. Shout out to the Black TSs. But it'd be like, oh, the face card is giving, you know, the hair that is giving. But the way that chin chiseled out, you know, it's giving Abraham Lincoln teeth. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, but I'm just saying with the what you call them TSs, with the Thailand TS, the Asian TSs, you know, it's just they hit it harder, a little bit harder. No shade. They just hit it a little bit harder. You know, shout out to the TSs though. Miss Pargo says Roman Polanski is a French and Polish film director, producer, screenwriter, actor, and convicted offender. I told y'all. That's why she said, but no relation to Roman Polanski. That's exactly where you get the name from, Fat. You just changed one letter in the name from Polanski, or which she changed the S to the D. That's exactly where you get it from. Okay, so don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? But she'll never admit that. But again, just coincidence. She's a Harajuku Barbie. That's a grown woman dressed like a child. Let's get Nicki back up here. Coincidence. Barbs, if y'all on here, don't windmill on me. I'm just trying to get y'all the tea before we get into Diddy. She's a Harajuku Barbie, which is a grown woman dressed like a TS. And Roman is her alter ego, okay? Which is a little boy, okay? Now let's get into Diddy's allegations. You guys get the likes up on the, In the arms of an angel, you will find me. In the arms of an angel, you will find in your dreams. Let's move on. Now, we got to get to Nicki, okay? I'm not Nicki, to Diddy. We off of Nicki. I just want to use that as an example, you know, because I had went looked at it, you know. But anyways, let's go get the allegations from Diddy. Girl, so this lady had came out with some allegations. She said that she was one of the girls who witnessed some things, right? And some of the things that she witnessed, it wasn't good, y'all. It literally wasn't good. Oh, we got to get into it. Get the likes up on the video, y'all.
I am a singer-songwriter, and I was at one of, I believe to be one of P. Diddy's freak-offs. 2018, I went to this freak-off. I looked to the right of me, and in the corner, I'm looking like, are those midgets? Because people were it's people over them, like it's people trying to hide what they're doing. They're all huddled up. So I'm like, what is that? But no, they weren't. They were little people. And, I don't want to say too much. They were little people. So use your common sense. Dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies, red lipstick, looking like real sexy, revealing like cute. So I'm like, what the hell?
What were the little people doing?
Getting covered up, trying to cover up what they were doing. Just, I don't know, like being admired, being hid, something. But it's like, what are they doing here? Because this is a grown party.
Are you talking about adults who are little people, or are you talking about minors?
Am I going to get in trouble? I don't want to say I witnessed any of that crazy stuff, but we all have common sense. Little people. It's not supposed to be there.
You're talking about underage people.
It's a shame. Tania Wallace.
Now, first of all, Black people, you got to know this. When you go interview with TMZ, you know you are talking to some of the people who partake in what you over here talking about, right? You know you are talking to people who partake in some of the things that you're talking about. Somebody said, why can't she say kids? Because the way the internet works and the way people's feelings are, if she were to say it listen, it was enough for her to even come on here and even allude to it. The way 2024 worked, girl, yeah. Now, if this was 10 years ago, she'd have been able to say it. She'd have been able to come out straight up and been like, yup, it was kids that was dressed up like Harajuku Barbies, boom, 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 boom. But in 2024, girl, she can't do that. But she can allude to it, and she did a good job. She did a good job. But them people, the TMZ people, they in on it. But the part that got me was she said they were dressed up like Harajuku Barbies. Let me let her run it one more time.
I am a singer-songwriter, and I was at one of, I believe to be one of P. Diddy's freak-offs. 2018, I went to this freak-off. I looked to the right of me, and in the corner, I'm looking like, are those midgets? Because people were it's people over them, like it's people trying to hide what they're doing. They're all huddled up. So I'm like, what is that? But no, they weren't. They were little people. And, I don't want to say too much. They were little people. So use your common sense. Dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies, red lipstick, looking like real sexy, revealing like cute. So I'm like, what the hell?
Dressed up like Harajuku Barbies, red lipstick, looking, I don't like to say that in reference to kids, but looking grown. You know what I mean? Again, there is something about celebrities and how they attract minors. Not just Nicki. We can even look at Meg. Oh, I love to watch anime. Now she all over in Japan. Let's move on. Listen, she said that they were kids dressed up like Harajuku Barbies. And then it made me think of Nicki. And I say, oh, snap. Nicki whole thing was Harajuku Barbie. She was promoting that heavy. Like if you go on Twitter and you look up Harajuku Barbie for Nicki, like I did, listen, and I didn't even put Nicki Minaj in there. All I put in is Harajuku Barbie. If you go on Twitter, if you go on Google, anybody Google it right now. If you Google it right now, Harajuku Barbie, the only thing gonna pop up is Nicki Minaj. Literally, look, Nicki. That's all gonna pop up. Look. And remember, this industry is extremely weird. They don't, they don't create their own alter egos, right? They don't create their own. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew that. Did you know that the celebrities don't create their own alter egos? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew that. Put a 2 in the chat if this is the first time you're hearing that. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew that celebrities do not create their own alter egos. Put a 2 in the chat if this is your first time hearing that. Because they don't make these up. The powers that be give them these alter egos. You know that. For the ones who didn't know, they do not make up their alter egos. The powers that be give them alter egos. Okay? Now, why is this important? If the people who are in control of the industry are trying to attract minors, what's the best way to do it? Through entertainment. What do children like? Colors. What do little girls like? Colors. Dolls, right? Hear me out. I'm cooking. Let me cook. Little girls like dolls. That's what they do. Even some little boys like dolls. Children like colorful stuff that's going to attract them, right? Hear me out. So here's Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Harajuku Barbie. Oh, they like cartoons too, anime. For the anime people, right? Look, Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Harajuku Barbie. Her whole persona for the first, I want to say damn near 5-6 years was colorful. Boom, 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 boom. He got that super bass. If that don't sound like a doggone, I'm talking about just the hook. If that don't sound like something that you would play at a kid's party, I don't know what else to tell you. If super bass don't sound like outside of the and even the way she rap, but if the hook don't remind you of something that could be played at a kid's party, I don't know what to tell you. My, he's a hell of a guy. I'm like, yes, I did. It's all animated. Now, why is this important? Diddy has the FOs, the freak offs, and this lady, let's get her back up here. This lady goes to the freak offs and she sees some stuff like that. Now, a lot of people are like, oh my God, you're so complicit. Why didn't you say anything? What is one, and no shade, slut, no shade to the lady, but I got to say that part. What is one stripper whore going to say? What kind of impact? I'll ask y'all a better question. 2018? Were we in 2024? Yeah, he was still hot. But I'll even put it back to 2005, 6, 7, 8. Hear me out. If a stripper would have came out in the 2000s and said, hey, y'all, I know y'all don't know this, but I'm trying to give y'all the tea. Diddy is out here having freak offs with little kids, having Harajuku Barbies. Be honest. Put a 1 in the chat if you think the world would have believed the slut stripper. Put a 2 in the chat if you think they would have shunned her. This is a real question. 2000, some girl come out, a slut stripper, come out and say, hey, y'all, Diddy is around here with Czar, dressing them up like Harajuku Barbies. I seen it. I was in there. 1 in the chat if the world would have believed it. 2 in the chat if they would have been like, she capping. Not if you would have believed it, because perceptions are different now because we know. But before, and this is the thing. When people say, well, she should have said something. Diddy had the police, the government, and all the medical. Who she gonna tell? There go. Hell yeah. Look, she would have, listen. We've seen it happen so many times. On top of that, the fans of Diddy would have thrashed her. Let's talk about it. Diddy's fans would have she wouldn't have been able to make it past Diddy's fans, let alone Diddy. So when people be like, oh, she should have said something back then, y'all, listen, we as a people, and this is where we as consumers are held responsible, and fans. This is where we are held responsible. We are partial. Listen, hear me out. This is gonna make y'all mad, but I gotta say this part. We are part of the problem in the process for Diddy and these people to do what they do. We have a part in that because we protect and we shield these people from victims. We do. I know y'all gonna say that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I can literally get on here right now and say something about a celebrity that everybody loves, and I will get dragged down to the ground. Okay? We have a role to play in these people being successful at what it is they're doing behind the scenes. It's hard pill to swallow, but it's a fact. It just is what it is, because we see the persona of these people. We hear their music, we see their acting, we see their athleticism or whatever it is, and we can't fathom that they could be doing anything wrong. We just can't. We couldn't. And as a matter of fact, for anybody to even say that is blasphemy to us, and we want to attack them. We want to battle them. Hence, all of the barbs, all of the beehive, all of the Barbie gang, all of the seamen, everybody. That's how even the Swifties. That's how this goes. That's how this goes. We would rather just chuck it up as it not being true and you crazy, or try to attack the person than to say, well, wait a minute, let's look into this. So that's why she didn't come out before. She do right to come out now when people are actually believing certain things. Now is the time, if never. Because she had no other option prior to now with him behind bars. Other than that, y'all would have been looking for that girl address, knocking on that girl door, trying to fight the girl, trying to beat the girl up. Let's talk about it. I've seen it happen with all of these celebrities and their fan bases. Y'all be finding people jobs. Y'all go looking for, and not y'all. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like in general. Because I'm not a fan of nobody, so I get to see it outside of the box. I've seen millimeters. Oh, girl, don't get me started. It done went to reality shows. Y'all go looking for people jobs. Y'all go looking for people houses. Y'all go, CPS. Y'all go try to get people churn taken away from them. Y'all go to stalking. Y'all all because the person says something that you don't agree with, and you don't agree with it because you can't fathom your God, and that's why I say gods. You can't fathom at the time that your God could actually be intertwined in any of this. But let me say this: it's called highly weird for a reason. It's called highly weird for a reason, okay? Nothing is what it seems to be. You see the entertainment. You see the money. You see the smiles. You don't know what them people doing behind the scenes. And the fact that we will put our whole lives and everything on the line behind somebody who don't even know you exist, gotta be some MK Ultra shit. It's gotta be. It's got to be some CIA mind control type shit. I don't understand. I swear to God, I tell people all the time, I was a huge fan. The only person I can say I was a fan of, is Michael Jamal Jackson. Do you hear me? I loved it. Didn't need some Michael Jackson. I cried when he died. I did, Lord knows. But I ain't never got into it with nobody or had no issues with nobody and want to do something to him. You know what I mean? Because they say he was an R word when they was put. I never did that. So I don't. It's got to be some MK Ultra shit. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. It's got to be. There's no other reason. Like, and you know they do this mind control stuff for ages, goes and blows. But we are part of the. See how we be like, oh, they got enablers around there with R. Kelly. Remember they were saying, well, R. Kelly, your driver and your security and all them people should be held responsible too because you knew. Black America, y'all should be held responsible too. Y'all seen the tapes, and if you ain't seen them, you heard about the tapes where he was peeing on the little girl. You just as responsible as the driver, the recruiter. Let's talk about it. Come on, we just got to be real. So We can't do that and point the finger and say, well, why didn't she say, but she couldn't. And now she can. And I believe her. I believe her. Oh, why she didn't leave? Oh, yeah, because being around, after seeing something like that, the people just going to let you walk away. Go ahead, girl, bye. After seeing something like that, the people who are doing the crime and doing the most heinous things are going to just say, okay, girl, see you later. You leaving? All right, girl, I see you. I'll call you tomorrow. Like, that's going to happen. Like, that's really going to happen. This is deeper than rap. Way deeper than rap. This is way deeper than rap. Y'all just see the surface part. Y'all don't even know, man. Let's move on. But she came out and had something to say. Now, another girl, also, hold on, let me get her on here. Let me get the other girl on here. I think it's the same girl. Let me see. Okay, this is another girl. Hold on. Now, I guess they got a documentary coming out. And listen, when the media put out documentaries to drag these celebrities, you got to know the people who putting out the documentary, the people who doing the producing, the writing, the studios, all of them people be at the same doggone freak offs. It's like it's like going tell the police on another police. You really think they're going to really thoroughly do their job? This girl says, Tania Wallace, a singer-songwriter, is opening up about her disturbing experience at what she believes is one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. Wallace claims that some time ago she attended the event after a Saudi prince flew her from LA to Miami, and she revealed in the new documentary TMZ presents the downfall of Diddy inside the freak-offs. In vivid detail, Wallace recalled the party going strong at 7 a.m. with people openly engaging in sexual acts and appearing intoxicated. However, it was the presence of minors that shocked her the most. She described seeing young individuals dressed as Harajuku Barbies and noted that they seemed to be hidden behind a wall of coats. So that's the same, a wall of adults. That's the same girl. She just looks different right here. Meanwhile, Diddy remains in custody at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, facing serious charges, including trafficking and racketeering, to which he has pled not guilty. We still ain't found Ava Combs, the little clear girl, who said, introduce yourself. She said, my name is Ava. I'm a Scorpio. He said, no. Just tell them about you. Remember that? None of these celebrities are who you think they are. None. And the fact that TMZ is doing this documentary, and TMZ is the biggest media outlet in the world, Craig. And we know if you tie into that industry and you become big, there's certain things you have to. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Because I don't even want, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be the dead horse. I just thought it was funny, not funny, but I thought it was weird that the Harajuku Barbie thing that Nicki was doing, and then boom, then here comes this accuser saying that there were young little people dressed as Harajuku Barbies. There's over hundreds of thousands of kids missing from the border today, right now. I think they say like 300,000 kids missing from across the border. That was one of the ways they can lure kids in. Had their parents come on down to get some freedom, and then you take their kid and send them through all types of things of that nature. But, people don't want to hear about that. They want to say that's a conspiracy theory when people really is missing the whole churn. Not to mention, adults give their children away. Adults give their children away. Bow Wow said it in an interview. My mama gave me to Snoop at 5 years old. My mama gave me to Snoop at 5 years old. Aaliyah mama gave her to Robert Kelly at 12, 13, and 14. And nobody wants to talk about that because we want to act like black people don't do crazy stuff too. Aaliyah mama gave her to Robert Kelly at 12, 13, 14. Usher's mama gave him to Diddy at whatever age he was. Diddy gave that little clear boy Justin Bieber to Diddy at whatever age he was. This happens. This happens. This happens. Whether you want to believe it or not, people give away their churn. Yes, Kanisha said 329,000 kids missing from the border, but I guess that's just a coincidence and oh no, they call it a conspiracy theorist. Oh, don't get me on the gymnast Kenyatta. When they did the gymnast documentary on Netflix, if y'all ever get a chance, go get it. Go watch this documentary on Netflix. I can't remember the name. Somebody might remember it. In the documentary, the gymnasts were talking about how they were essayed by the doctors. Like they go back for like a hurt ankle and the doctor would be between it, boom, boom, boom. And they were children. Do you know that the gymnasts were talking about how their parents gave them to families that they didn't even know because their child was going to be a gymnast star? Literally. Oh yes, my mother dropped me off at a camp at 12, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I never seen her again. They gave them children, boom, over to some people that they don't know, never seen before. Oh, but we got a camp over here. We got them. I never forget. I want to say 6 months ago, maybe a few months ago, I was in the airport and they had this clear woman. I probably told y'all this. They had this clear woman in line in front of me and she had this Asian baby with her, an Asian little girl. The little girl had to be about 4 or 5. I swear to God, I've never been so cringed in my life. And I kept looking at the security guard and he looking at me like, what the you want me to do? But it was this old clear woman in line with this little Asian girl. And she kept kissing this little girl in her mouth. And the little girl looked so doggone uncomfortable. Like I'm talking about standing in front of me, going through TSA, standing in front of me. I probably counted 12 times this lady kissed this little girl in her mouth. This is a clear woman with a little Asian baby. I'm talking about every 2 seconds, bending down to kiss this little girl in her mouth. And I kept looking at the security, and he looking at me like, bitch, what you want me to do? And I'm looking at him like, this shit don't look weird to you. Because we black. Black people can talk by looking at each other without talking. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this nigga, because it's New Orleans airport, so most of everybody are black. I'm looking at this nigga. I'm like, you don't see this shit? Like my eyes looking at him and he looking at me. Yeah, like, yeah, I see it, but what you want me to do? And I'm looking at him like, nigga, this shit don't look weird to you. He like, yeah, but what you want me to do? She got paperwork. She got to have paperwork to go through TSA. She got to have paperwork to go through TSA. So legally, but I swear I've never cringed so much. I was looking at the people around me to see if they saw it. And they saw it. But I'm talking about kiss this little girl in my mouth. I was freaked out. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Save the churn, girl. Save the churn. Girl, when I tell you, Carmen, when I tell you I wanted so bad, but the little girl don't even look like the little girl didn't speak. I wanted so bad to grab that little girl hand and say, who is this woman to you? But it looked like even if the little girl could speak, she probably didn't speak no English. But she was a little bitty. Oh, I wanted to intervene so bad. Like I started looking around me like, I know I'm not the only one watching this. Man, the moral of the story is trafficking happens all the time. And if we're gonna sit up here and act like it don't, then all right, fine, live in the bubble. Now let's go to we gotta move on. We done talked about that, we done talked about that, but with Spirit, we talked about that. We talked about Ray J. Girl, the clear women are losing their mind. And the Negroes as well. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Kamala lost. She lost. You got Negro women around here saying, let me go get it. This man goes on some CNN or whatever it was. I don't know where the hell he was. And said that Joe Biden should step down from the presidency and allow Kamala to be the president for at least the last month so that they can at least say she was the president. So you mean to tell me we moving on to participation trophy president, DEI president. Now we done gone to, let's just give it to her. I never believed in participation trophies. I've never believed it a day in my life. I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to children because they don't understand that losing is a part of life. And here we are now the manifestation of it. People are on here saying, yeah, go ahead and he need to resign. And then they need to let her at least be president for a month so that we can say she was a president. Not because she earned it, not because she did an amazing job. No, simply because we just want to be able to say we had a female president. And this right here to the left people, this is why y'all lost. This is why y'all lost. And y'all so stuck up your butts to see it, but this is why you lost. And continuing with this mindset, America spoke. Let's go get it. Whether you want to believe it or not, America has spoken loud and clear. And if you think Negroes wasn't in this, you're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. Hold on. Let me go get America. Let me go get America because I need y'all to see this. Let me see if I want to show that map. Yeah, let's show this map. Get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. America has spoken. I know it hurts. Why does it hurt so bad? I know y'all been listening to Waiting to Exhale soundtrack all week. America has spoken. You are the very small, minute minority. America already spoke. And if you believe ain't no Negroes, see, that's why I told y'all them numbers they showed y'all is a bunch of cap. They want to tell y'all that 80% of black women voted for Trump, Kamala, and then 70-something% of black men voted for God. Y'all fools if y'all believe that. That means you believe that we not a majority across America. That's the only way I can say that you believe that. America has spoken. It's over. It's over. And that's okay. You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day. Now, y'all gonna buck this out as far as you can, girl. In the next 45 to 50 days, it's over, Faith. She done fumbled the pocketbook for the campaign, so we know she gonna fumble America's pocketbook. It's a wrap, Faith. America already said what they won't do. They already said it. Y'all got to be strong, Black America. Look at this dude. Talking about this, the communications director said Biden should step down and let her be the 47th president ahead of Trump. Look.
1 days from Trump taking the oath of office. What is the most important thing that everybody is looking for? That is my question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden's been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days. Make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
It would absolve her from being able to from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat, and it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see. Is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats.
Okay, this has now jumped from an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
Congratulations.
Season of House of Cards.
I thought you were going to say, what about the Supreme Court? That's also out there.
Well, the Supreme Court might happen. I don't know if it will, but I think this is something that's in Joe Biden's control. And if he did it, it would fulfill.
We're now 71 days from Trump taking the oath of office.
Hold on, I think she got more.
Or that is my question. I'll start with
his last promise. It would give Kamala Harris the chance to be the 47th president of the United States of America. It would disrupt all of Donald Trump's paraphernalia, right? You have to rebrand everything. But and it would make it easier for the next woman who runs for president to not have to worry about all the historical, weight of being the first. His last promise, it would give Kamala Harris the chance to be the 47th president.
Joe Biden has been amazing, but he should fulfill one last promise to be transitional. Biden should resign and make Kamala Harris the first woman president. It turntables on Trump. Keep Kamala from presiding over January 6th. Make it easier for the next woman to run. Dems have better policies, but we realize the old rules no longer apply. We are not playing table tennis. We are in a mixed martial arts fight, and Americans respond to drama and excitement. We should use that to make our argument for a better path forward. All right, that's what he said.
Of the United States of
This the Negro right here, who wants to have Joe Biden step down. He said, Joe, you step down. Let Kamala be the president for a month, and that's gonna mess up all Joe's paraphernalia, all Trump's paraphernalia, because that's the only thing it's gonna do. That's literally all it's gonna do. Marilyn Young, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. Trey says, thank you for the super chat. It sounds like they're trying to get her in so they can block Trump in January. They will never be able to block Trump because at the end of the day, the term is the term. It's 4 years. He's going to still get inaugurated in January. The only thing it'll do is instead of him being the 47th president, he'll be the 48th. But then again, I don't even know if that works because they're still under this. Well, yeah, she would be the 47th. And he would be the 48th. That's the only thing it would do. That's literally the only thing it would do. That's it. But the fact that these people don't understand, thank you, Trey, for the super chat. The fact that these people don't understand this right here is alarming. It's really cult-like. It's really weird. It's really, I'm scared of y'all. I'm scared of y'all. Y'all worse than the Beehive and them people. I'm scared of y'all. It's so cult-like. It's like, it's kind of demonic, like really for real. Because I seen all of the people in the comments. Yeah, let's do it. That's what I'm talking about. We should do it. We should do it. It's weird. And it's the black side of things. So we're about to get into the clear side. Thank you, Bree, for the super chat. They just need to let it go. Shake my head. I know. Just, hey. And this is the thing. These were the people who were saying that when Kamala wins, when they thought Kamala was going to win, that Trump was going to be over there pitching a bitch and not letting it go. And they doing the exact same thing. Dr. T, when I tell you, Dr. T said her Facebook friends have totally lost it. Very demonic. Facebook is the most dark, weird, disgusting social media account of all time. Facebook is nasty. It's negative. It's disgusting. And it's probably because it's people we really know. For real. Think about it. When you go on Facebook, Facebook is just so negative. Like it don't even feel good when you log in. Like Facebook is just disgustingly nasty and negative, and the people who acting like they happy, they just lying. You know, it's just ugh. It's like, get me out of here. Ugh. You know, Facebook is just it's just horrible. It's horrible on Facebook. It's disgusting. And I don't know, like I say, if it's because typically on Facebook it's people that we know. But boy, you get a oh Lord, log into Facebook right now. They still going on. Oh, it's just a bunch of old, disgusting people, huh? Oh my Lord. It's just a whole bunch of people who all think alike. It's weird. It's weird. Oh my Lord. And they all trash, but Facebook got a different feel on it. They got a different lick on it. Facebook have a different lick on it. I'm telling you. Facebook have a different lick on it. Oh my Lord, you got to be there. But this is the thing, y'all. Them people done spoke. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. America, 86.72% of America don't want her as the president. Mind you, they didn't vote for her the first time she ran. They didn't like her the first time she ran. Quiet as it's kept, all of the Democrats who windmilling, you didn't even like her until they appointed her after Joe. You didn't like her. You didn't want her to be the next president. Let's talk about it. You didn't like her. As a matter of fact, you thought she was this, that, and the third. She disappeared. I know. I was in the conversations with y'all. Y'all did not like her. America has spoken, baby. It's over. It's over. You're going to be all right. Black people are resilient. You're going to be just fine, girl. Now let's move on to the clears. Now they done really lost it. These hoes done went to shaving their heads and wearing masks in protest. You think I'm lying? These hoes opted into looking like cancer patients in protest to Kamala. So it's not a racial thing. It's not a racial thing. These hoes is shaving their head balling in bald head jailer. Do you hear me? I'm talking about balling in alopecia. These hoes is shaving their heads bald down to the white meat, literally the white meat, down to the white meat in protest of Kamala. Oh my Lord. If I see a black woman shave her head, bitch, I'm coming find you. I'm telling you now. If I see a black woman get on this bitch and shave your ugly ass head, ho, I'm coming get you. I'm telling you now. I bet not see a black woman shave her head behind this bullshit. Girl, they're shaving their head. They're shaving their head. Oh my Lord. Somebody said this is AI. Stand by, because I said that too. But let's move on. Hold on. Kamala Harris supporters have shaved their heads, made blue bracelets, and will be wearing masks so they can easily identify each other. Oh yeah, it's AI. You want to know what's not AI? You want to see a dead body? Y'all want to see a dead body? Do y'all want to see a dead body? That ain't AI. Y'all want to see a dead body? Cause see, I get it. It was an AI generated photo, and it was just like, no, blah, 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 blah. Now what? What's up? What's up? What's up? What are we talking about? Is this AI? The clears have lost it. The clears have look like she got leukemia. Girl, look. Look at the clears. These hoes running around here. Look. I wish I would see a black woman cut her fucking hair off. I wish I would. I wish the mother you would get down and put some razors, some clippers to your goddamn head. I wish let me find one. Let me find one Negro, put the clippers to your head. I'm coming find you. I swear to God on my soul. Let me see one. Now, black women really care about that. I just don't see it. But who knows? It's a different time. It's 2024. This is in protest. This is protest, you guys. You guys. This is protest. These women are protesting. Let's bring them back up here. They are protesting the results. They are standing in solidarity with Kamala. And they are doing this because this is how they show their support. That's them. Girl looking like skinheads, huh? Girl, skinheads is what them hoes look like. Look at her. She thinks she Sinead O'Connor. Bitch, please. Look. Girl, look at him. And this is why I'm mad at black women for following the feminist movement. Because that's who these hoes is. You bitches went follow these hoes and what they got to say about women. This who black women went to follow with the feminist movement. You taking talking points from bitches who would do some shit like this. Black women, I need your attention. You went and took talking points from women who would do some weird ass shit like this. This who you went got your talking points from. I never forgive black women for buying into this feminist bullshit. I will never forgive us for that. I would never forgive us for it. Never, ever, ever, ever. This who we went to, and who was the foreigner who went up and talked about, ain't I a woman? No, bitch, you went marching to them. Listen, imagine, hear me out. Hold on. Imagine all these women in 2024 right here are having a meeting. Hear me out. Imagine these women are right now congregating to have a meeting. And I run up in their stuff because they don't want to let me in their club. And I run through the door and bust down the door like the Ghostbusters and say, ain't I a woman too? You don't want me in the club. And you act like you the only one. Ain't I a woman too? Girl, y'all would have my neck off my shoulders. Because these are the same women that lady, what was her name? Was it Shirley Chisholm? Who was it ran up in the house in the people meeting talking about, ain't I a woman too? And they put that in our history as if it's something to brag about. These the bitches she went ran up on. These the bitches she went ran up on. This they great grandkids. These the bitches she went ran up on. Ain't I a woman? Ain't I a woman too? You don't want to leave. You don't want to let me in. Sojourner Truth, that's her name. You don't want to allow me in. But ain't I a woman too? Girl, I wish I'd have been at the front door to clip Sojourner on the way. Ain't I? She wouldn't have got the woman out because she'd have face planted on the floor. Ain't I a woman? Bitch, please. Girl, I should have been at the door doing security. Soon as she'd have ran up in the Thailand, ain't I a woman? Girl, I'd have stuck my foot out as she went to walk in. Bitch, please, you won't finish that speech. Not today, ho. Don't speak for us. We didn't ask you to come over here and bust through them people's stuff and say all of that. We didn't ask for this. And at the time, Black women did not buy into this at all. At the time, Black women was like, she tripping. We ain't asked her to go do that. But they put it in history and write it down as something we should revere. That's why Black women right now still have these talking points. Ain't I a woman? Bitch, you won't make it to the rest of that speech. Girl, by the time your face hit the floor, you gonna be trying to call the ambulance. Girl, don't come in here speaking on behalf of us. We didn't ask you to come do that. So now they cutting their hair for solidarity. Now I like this clear man. This clear man cussed their ass out. Do you hear me? I liked it. Look what the clear man said. Look.
Embarrassing it is to women overseas that actually don't have fucking rights. Do you know how embarrassing it is to people who can't grow hair, who have cancer? Do you realize how fucking stupid you look shaving your head because you're throwing a temper tantrum because you cannot murder a fucking child? I don't feel sorry for you in the least. I really fucking don't. It's absolutely fucking disgusting, the movement that you guys are doing, the 4B, whatever. I mean, it's great for conservatives. It's not gonna be hard to fucking spot you guys, fucking middle-aged women with bald heads wearing blue bracelets, and yet you wanna call conservatives the stupidest party? Let me give you a rundown real quick, since you don't know your rights. You can buy a car. You can buy a house. You have a job. You have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom of wearing whatever clothes you want to wear. You're not told how many babies you have to have or can have. And it all comes down to the same cry of help. Men don't fucking care about us. That's because you're fucking terrible at picking men. And let me end on this. Somewhere out there in the world, somebody just got a notification from a doctor saying that they only have 3 months to live. And you're sitting here fucking whining about one little detail. The world does not revolve around you.
When I tell you he gathered them hoes, do you hear me? He gathered them hoes. Did he? Hey, right. Look. Let the clears check the clears. Hey, my boy said you just mad because you can't have your fucking way. Oh yeah, I like that. I liked that part. And let this be a lesson to the Black women. It ain't just Black women who having issues with picking the right men. Like he said, if you have issues with men and they not doing this, that, and the third, it's the men you're picking. Okay? So, yay. I loved his response. He ate them hoes up. He ate them up. But they don't care. They still gonna do what they want to do. They don't care. They still gonna do what they want to do. Cutting their hair down to the white meat. Do you hear me? Girl, y'all got to be strong. And again, let the clears cut their hair. If I see one Negro, do you hear me? I just need to see one. if I see one Negro cut your doggone head down to the white meat, bitch, it's gonna be easy to spot you because black women don't run around like that unless you Joy Reid. It's gonna be easy to spot you, bitch. I'm gonna run up behind you and do an Ayugi kick to the back of your motherfucking head. Do you hear me? Don't come over here with that ugly ass shit. Do not come over here in the community where we at with that ugly ass shit, okay? Girl, now let's move on. I just wanted to put that on there. The border. No, before we go to the border, hold on. I wanted to show you guys. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Hush, Saint. Hush. You just be finally reading a book. The Department of Justice. I see people saying it was just created in the 1970s. That's not true. Let's go get the receipts. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Please get the likes up on the video. Let's put this to bed for once and for all. The Department of Justice. I say the Department of Justice. The Department of Education. I'm sorry. The Department of Education. Let's get this on here. Let's talk about it. First of all, the Department of Education was put in place it was supposed to be a federal thing that was supposed to help with the aid and take data, basically make sure the school systems was working well. But the problem is they got so far away from that to where now they putting money in the pocketbooks of governors to have certain agendas and certain curriculums pushed to the children. And the children are dumb as a box of rocks right now, thanks to the Department of Education. So 1787 was when it really kind of kicked off. It says Northwest Ordinance provides grants of federal land for the establishment of the educational institutes, right? And then it says in 1862, the Morrill Act provides grants of land to the states, so which may be sold to the people. Remind you, let me say this too as I go on. Before recent times, everything lied, all the stuff lied within the states. Let's be clear. Before recent times, every decision was made upon the states. That's why it's called the United States, meaning Georgia got different rules than Florida, and Louisiana got different rules than Connecticut, because everything was handled under the state. Your governor was your mini president, okay? So let's get into it. 1867, Congress appropriates $15,000 to create the Department of Education, right? 1868, after a bitter fight over the federal encroachment in education, Congress downgrades the new department to an Office of Education within the Department of Interior, right? So this has been a back and forth thing going from here all the way up. 1890, a second Morrill Act empowers the Office of Education to provide regular funding of the land-grant colleges. If you know, you know. Then it says 1907, the Morrill Acts are amended to add federal funding for vocational education. This has been a back and forth. Mind you, the original reason for this used to be so that they can provide data statistics to make, this is according to what they say, they tell us. It's supposed to provide data statistics and make sure that the children are being properly taught and things of that nature. But it was never about that. It was never about that. And that's why you have the agenda pushed all across the United States, and it's the same one. Okay? So 1911, the State Marine School Act authorizes funding of nautical schools in 11 specific cities. 1917, the Smith-Hughes Act funds vocational schools. So they are going back and forth with this. I don't want to read them all. 1946, the George Borden Act expands vocational education subsidies, right? That just means they start spitting out more money to different people. 1950, Congress approves permanent impact aid for school districts that have a large presence of federal facilities. In the first year, the government distributes $30 million to 1,172 school districts. By 1978, it is dispersing $775 million annually to 4,368 school districts. So in 1950 and 1978, all of the school districts don't have the Department of Education. Because see, when we heard Department of Education, we got scared. Oh my God, what are we going to do? It has never been like this up until recent times. Okay? Now, if we fast forward to the 70s, If we fast forward to the 70s with what's that boy, that big head boy who can Barry Gordy out here in Georgia, the old ass man looked like he dead. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It should be on here. Jimmy Carter, 1976. Jimmy Carter promises to create a Department of Education, and he is endorsed by the National Education Association. It's the same shit with a different name. This is the first time that the NEA has endorsed a presidential candidate in more than a century of existence. Everybody in bed with each other. Okay? Now, why is this important? Because after that, Reagan gets in, everybody puts in their little 1, 2, yin, 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 because it's about control and it's about making sure that everybody is on the same page. This is a part of mind control. Remember, I told y'all we are indoctrinated through school and church. That's the main two places Black people or people in general are indoctrinated. Schoolhouse and the church house, okay? Now, let's go over here. Here's the tab, right? And this is from 2000 to 2021, right? Hear me out. Growth in administrative staff, principals, teachers, and students in public schools. Now, the public schools are the ones who are mostly affected by the Department of Education. What they do is, now this is a federally funded program. And what they do is they go to each governor and say, hey, you want some money? And they be like, how much you talking about? You're like, shit, I got like millions and millions. And you be like, hell yeah, I want it. Well, I'll give it to you, but you got to take the curriculum of the DOE and you have to do what we say. And then they say, fine, give me the money. And then the money, you get told that the money is to fund the schools. It never make it to the schools. That's why your churn ain't got no books. Let me say that again. You are told when the governor receives this money, oh, this is supposed to go toward the schools. That's why your churn ain't got no books and they can't read. So they don't. That's a kickback. Okay. So then the governor go get the school board directors and say, hey, come on in. From now on, this is what we teaching. Don't ask me no questions. Just push it down the pipeline. And then they go to their principals and so on and so forth. And now your child is graduating from high school and he can't even sign his name. These are the facts, okay? So as you can see, from 2000 to 2021, there has been a steep decline of students, principals, and staff and teachers in the public school system. Mind you, they don't even get paid, okay? From 2000, as you can see that red going up here, from 2000, they were up 95% of students, teachers, and aides in school, principals and all. But as you can see, it gradually goes lower. And then from 2000 all to 2021, we've only had a growth of 5%. This is why it's so many kids in one class and one teacher. This is why the teachers are diagnosing your children with ADD, ADHD, because she can't control the classroom as it is, and your child around there doing backflips. He is crazy. He got something. He autistic. Sign him up. And you go down there, and she go to the principal, and the principal say, oh, okay, go see the nurse. And then the nurse say, yep, he sure is. And then she's referred to the doctor. The doctor say, yep, whatever you say, because I ain't there. And if you do take your child down to the doctor, he's still gonna go up with the people seat. And guess what? The principal, the schools, and all them people get kickbacks for you saying your child ADD, ADHD, and all those other things. Yeah, they get paid for that. Just so you know. Okay, just so you know, they get paid. So I hope y'all know that. When you get your child diagnosed, they get money in their pocketbooks. Okay, so now you go around and again, this is why the schools are overcrowded. There's not enough teachers. There's not enough anything, because guess what? They make it illegal for you to keep your child home. Let your child not go to school. You're going to jail. Prison is where you'll be. But the teachers and stuff, they have a choice. They don't have to be there. And that's why it's 60 students in one class and they jumping all over the doggone desk, acting a fool because they really don't want to be there or they just not interested. And then people say, no, they got this, they got that. So it's a big revolving circle around this Department of Education that literally does not work. As a matter of fact, since it was re-signed into the federal programming with Reagan and the dead guy, it has really declined students learning. This is why your college students come out of college and be dumb as a box of rocks. They will argue you that there are 152 genders and be dead serious about it. The schools are teaching them that. Okay, So don't get your panties in the twist with this Department of Education. What Trump is saying, look, put it back in the states where it was from the beginning. Put it back in the states. Let the governor, along with the people, decide what curriculum they want to give to their children, not the federal government. How the hell? That's what Trump is saying. And he's right. He's right. That's why your child is in second grade identifying as something that's... Let's move on. Let's get into what Trump had to say.
Than any other country in the world, and yet we get the worst outcomes. We're at the bottom of every list. In total, American society pours more than $1 trillion a year into public education systems. But instead of being at the top of the list, we are literally right smack, guess what? At the bottom. Rather than indoctrinating young people with inappropriate racial, sexual, and political material, which is what we're doing now, our schools must be totally refocused to prepare our children to succeed in the world of work and in life and the world of keeping our country strong so they can grow up to be happy, prosperous, and independent citizens. We owe our children great schools that lead to great jobs and leads to an even greater country that we're living in right now. Right now, we're living in a failing nation because of Joe Biden and these people running it. They're Marxists, they're communists. What they're doing to our country is incredible, but we'll take care of that for our children. Here are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children. Second, we will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired.
This is amazing. And let me tell you why. Because I told y'all, I only got into political stuff because I saw what was happening to the kids. Listen to what he's saying. Incentivize the good teachers and fire the bad ones. What do I mean when I say the bad ones? Principals and all that stuff. Meaning the ones who don't give a damn about your child, who literally just, and again, it's not just the teachers, it's the parents and it's the kids as well. But I'm talking about the ones who are really not trying or doing their job. Get rid of them. Why are you here? And make an incentivize other people to want to come and be a teacher. You know what that could mean? Pay them more. Pay them more. That's what incentivize means. Make them want to say, I want to be a teacher. Okay? And if you get people who want to do it, you have a better outcome of the children. Because if the children are dumb and the children can't read and the children are the future, then what do you think is going to happen? Think about it. Thank you, KJ, for the super chat. The school tried saying my son was ADD. I paid for an independent evaluation. He scored above average in everything. The principal was angry with me because they get kickbacks for your child to say your child is ADD. They get paid for that. They literally get paid. This is all under the Department of Education. I hope you know this. They fund all of these things. I ain't never seen so many ADD, ADHD kids in my life till recently. I'm like, bro, these shit, I knew some bad children in school, but god damn. So yeah, of course they're gonna be mad, KJ, because you messed with their money. They get kickbacks for that, to say your child slow and put him on that medication and have him walking around like a zombie. Whole time ain't nothing wrong with him. He just a little boy. And he don't like school, or he having issues at home. It could be a whole slew of things. They won't investigate that. They just say he crazy and put him on drugs, and they get money in their pockets. This is all under the Department of Education. Let them cook. I like this. Incentivize people to want to be a teacher, and that way you'll probably have a better outcome. Your child might graduate and know how to read. Just a thought.
Like on The Apprentice, you're fired. Third, we will ensure our classrooms are focused not on political indoctrination, but on teaching the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and other truly useful subjects. Fourth, we will teach students to love their country not to hate their country like they're taught right now. Fifth, we will support bringing back prayer to our schools. Sixth, we will achieve schools that are safe, secure, and drug-free, with immediate expulsion for any student who harms a teacher or another student. Seventh, we will give all...
That's big. I'm tired of watching y'all churn beat up the teacher and the coach and the principal. I'm tired of seeing it. And this is another thing, Black American parents, y'all majorly responsible for these badass kids y'all producing. So when he talked about the stop and frisk and y'all, oh, see what's gonna happen. Black women, stay out of it. This ain't my problem. You got sons, right? Listen, Black people, we are men and women. Because even if you're an absentee father, you just as responsible for raising these damn demon seeds. I like this. Get them up out of there. Back in the day when I went to school, if you fought too many times or if you hit the teacher, you go to a special school. You got to get up out of here. Now you got to come back to school and see the nigga who just bust the Spanish teacher upside the head. I'm tired of it. They got to go. I'm in full agreement with that.
All parents the right to choose another school for their children if they want. It's called school choice. Eighth, we will...
School choice is big. All that zoning shit. Department of Education. But I live right here. I want my child to go to this school. I'm literally 5 minutes away. It's right here. But ma'am, your zoning doesn't require that you go to this school. The zoning requires that you have to go to this school. But that doesn't make sense. This school is 5 minutes away from my house. That school is 20 minutes away. Yeah, but see, the way the zoning is, you have to send your child to the school that's 20 minutes away instead of the one that's 5 minutes away because they zoned you into a place where probably where the school ain't the best. I love this. You get to choose what school your child go to. That's great. So your child don't have to go to a horrible school because of zoning. Department of Education.
Ensure students have access to project-based learning experiences inside the classroom to help train them for meaningful work outside the classroom.
Hey, you know what that means? Remember back in the day, who old enough to remember this? They used to have in high school, you could do workshop, that's hands-on training. Remember that? Or I know one of the schools, I want to say if I remember this, had auto mechanic. They had nursing. The girls could graduate from school hands-on. Remember? Yeah. That's what he's saying. Teach these children skills to survive on. You get it? Because guess what? With everything being AI the way it is, girl, people don't know how to do nothing no more. Yeah, home economics, all of that. Put that back in the school. That's huge. That's huge.
Ninth, we will strive to give all students access to internships and work experiences that can set them on a path to their first job. They're going to be very, very successful. I want them to be more successful than Trump. Let them go out and be more successful. I will be the happiest person in the world.
What he's saying is with internships, so like say your child is a senior in high school and they only got like half a day's worth of class. If your child is trying to be a physical therapist or some shit like that, your child can go shadow an actual like doctor's office or whatever and go get the hands-on training of what it is they want to do. Let's say they want to be a teacher. Half the day will be committed to your child getting on the job training, right? They get to go and shadow whatever it is they say they want to be. So when they get to college and get whatever certifications they need, they already know what it is they want. You know what I mean? They've already kind of went into it. This is dope to me.
But we want our children to have a great life and be successful. And 10th, we will ensure that all schools provide excellent jobs and career counseling so that high school and college students can get a head start on jobs and careers best suited to their God-given talents. This is how we will ensure a great education for every American child. And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and sending all education and education work and needs back to the states. We want them to run the education of our children because they'll do a much better job of it. You can't do worse. We spend more money per pupil by 3 times than any other nation, and yet we're absolutely at the bottom. We're one of the worst. So you can't do worse. We're going to end education coming out of Washington, D.C. We're going to close it up, all those buildings all over the place. And you have people that in many cases hate our children. We're going to send it all back to the states. Thank you very much.
This is major. This is huge. This is major. This is huge. All of the things that he mentioned are key factors into what's going on with our children in 2024. I hope you know that. All of the things that he mentioned is taking those things away have literally created the beast that we have. And I don't mean to call y'all kids beasts, but it is what it is. I'll never be a teacher. Them churn bad as hell. Okay? But neither here nor there. Shout out to the teachers. Y'all are real MVPs. This is what I'm saying. He's talking about incentivizing teachers and principals to make them want to be there and deal with your child. He's talking about all types of programs to get your child interested in school. Man, listen, I want to be in home economics so bad, but we only had one class, one teacher, and she only did 2 classes. And it was like a lottery. You hear me? It was like a lottery to try to get in that home ec. Boy, I was crossing my fingers. I couldn't get in. I wanted to go in and learn how to bake cookies and shit. I want to go learn how to bake cookies and cakes and clean. I wanted to learn. I did. But these hands-on vocational studies, CNA programs, nursing programs in the high school, that's hands-on, these internships, I'm talking about auto mechanic, wood shop, get us back to building the way we were. Because we always been builders. We not no more though. They literally took all of that stuff out of the schools, and now we 100% relied on the schools. Love Wisdom, thank you for the super chat. Trump cooking, bring those trade classes back. Listen, man, the trades is where it's at. I'm telling you, my daughter ain't wanted to be a doctor. I told her we wouldn't be hollering about no college. Bring the trades back. Come on, man. Yep, sewing, cosmetology, hell yeah. Some girl might want to be a hairdresser. Let her learn how to do that. You know, take half of her day and go shadow a hairdresser. Girl, come on, man. This is huge. Do not fret over, thank you, Love Wisdom. Do not, let me tell y'all something, Black America. It sounds horrible. I get it, because Trump is not a good orator. He's actually a horrible orator. He don't know how to talk. He just be saying anything out of his mouth, and people already hate him. So they just like, oh my God, it's horrible. What he's saying when he says we're going to get rid of the Department of Education is a system that is put in place to indoctrinate your children and make them slaves, okay? What Trump is saying is bring it back to where it was prior to Jimmy Carter putting this shit back in. Let the states decide what the curriculum is going to be and how they are going to move forward. Now, states like Jersey and California, they probably still gonna run with the rainbow stuff, but that's on them. But if you in the Bible Belt, y'all know who all down in the Bible Belt. You know, if you down in Louisiana, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, the Carolinas, you know that shit coming up out of there. Y'all know that. Y'all, if you in any of those states, the Carolinas, the Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, it's coming up out of there. It's coming up out of there. It's coming up out of there. Because y'all know we super conservative, super Bible Belt, God back in y'all know how it go, you know. Now, all the other states, I can't really say it. But I just know them ones down there coming up out of there. Okay, this is major. Okay, this is the reason I got into this stuff, because I saw what was happening to the kids. All of that stuff that y'all think is horrible happening in the school system is coming from the Department of Education. It just is. It just is. Okay. Now, I want to go to the border. Trump done hired him a dog. You hear me? Trump hired him a beast. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. When I tell you this man, Tom Homan. Oh, let me, before we go there, let me read this too. What this lady had to say. She says, oh, by the way, middle schoolers can't read. High schoolers can't write a proper essay. College students can't differentiate a scholarly based article versus propaganda. Girl, preach. College students can't differentiate a scholarly based article versus propaganda, and adults can't tell when a picture is AI, but sure, get rid of the Department of Education. Let me tell you something. She didn't even realize she really is what she's saying. She's kind of like double talking and not even knowing it. All these things are true, but it's because of the Department of Education. Everything she just said. Middle schoolers can't read. Department of Education. High schoolers can't write a proper essay. Department of Education. College students can't differentiate a scholarly based article versus propaganda. Department of Education. Adults can't tell when a picture is AI. That's because of the Department of Education. She don't know it though. Bless her heart. But I'm glad she said it because it's the truth. All those things she said is true. All of it. All of it. Now, let's get to Tom Homan in this border. Trump went hired him a beast. He went hired him a beast because that's the biggest thing. Black people acting like this doesn't affect us. I'm tired of money coming out of my pocketbook. Now, if you got it, then help me out then. If you got it, help me out. But I'm tired of money coming out of my pocketbook. I'm broke. I can't eat. Okay? I'm broke. And y'all not about to make me feel guilty for saying, get them up out of here. And I don't care about their churn. Like Charleston White said, they got poor nigga babies running around here. I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't give a damn about them churn being separated from their mom. Their mom shouldn't have came over here. When we make sure our babies is good, even then I still won't care. I ain't even gonna lie. Because don't nobody care about black people kids. Nobody. So y'all can sit up here. Are you for separating families? As long as it ain't a nigga one. Yeah, I am. And is. Yes, ma'am. Sign me up. Yes, I am. As long as it ain't a nigga one, I don't care. Truly don't care. Now here is a throwback photo of Tom Homan, whatever them nigga name is. I ain't gonna lie, he giving me racist cop tees, but hey, that's probably the right person we need for this job. He's giving racist cop tees. You know what I mean? Don't he? Don't he look like he could have been on Sparta? Don't he look like one of the sheriffs for Sparta down in the heat of the night? In the heat of the night, I got trouble wall to wall. He give me bubba teas, don't he? But this the type of man we need. You feel me? So now look, this is a throwback of Tom Homan serving as a Border Patrol agent. I never thought I'd say we need a racist. We do. And I don't know if he is, but I'm saying if he is, you know, this the kind of person we need. We don't need nobody who's going to be like, but no, we need that. Okay? Now, Tom been cutting up. Do you hear me? Tom been cutting up on these Negroes. Do you hear me? Let's get into one of the interviews of what he's planning to do. First of all, look at Trump. I am pleased to announce that the former ICE director and stalwart on border control, Tom Homan, will be joining the Trump administration in charge of our nation's borders, or the borders all, including but not limited to the southern border, the northern border, all maritime and aviation security. That means through the water and the sky, you bitches. I've known Tom for a long time, and there's nobody better at policing and controlling our borders. Likewise, Tom will be in charge of Department of Illegal Aliens back to their country of origin. Congratulations to Tom. I have no doubt he will do a fantastic job and long awaited for job. Let me tell you something. Tom also worked under y'all boy. Y'all got to understand that he worked under the deporter in chief, Obama. Barack, I done fooled you niggas again, Obama. He worked under him. So let's not say it's a race thing, because Barack hired him to get them illegal aliens out of here. He sure did. Okay? He been going ham. Do you hear me?
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
We have seen one estimate.
Hey, when I tell you he ended that whole conversation, let me tell y'all something. They talking about $88 billion annually to secure the border. How much money did we give to the wars overseas? I'm not even talking about the illegal aliens that's here. Let's talk Turkey. How much money were we giving to the people overseas? I'm trying to see something, because now it's all of a sudden it's going to cost $88 billion. And like he said, I don't know that to be a fact. But we've given hundreds of billions, trillions, yes, to overseas for a doggone war. Girl, if money got to come out my pocketbook, I'll temporarily go through it. I'll do that. Yeah, you can take it. If my taxes got to hike up for this, I'll do it. But I damn sure didn't appreciate them hiking up for the other stuff. Now it's $88 billion. It's just so much money. Oh my God. Do you know how much it's going to cost? Well, bitch, did you ask us? Did they come to us and say, hey, y'all, we want to help fund these wars and help fund these doggone illegals over here? Y'all mind putting in? No. Let's really be clear about that. If I have to have my taxes raised or my whatever raised, I will gladly stand behind this, because this is a temporary thing. This right here is temporary. Come on now. But it's for greater good long-term down the line. Greater good long-term down the line. And I love that he told her, she said, what do you think about separating families? He said, we can deport them together, as they should. They should be deported together. My boy been cooking, though. He been cooking. Let him cook. Check him out.
Most suspected terrorists didn't make it into the country. Hey, look, they gave me 5 minutes to say a few things, so if I offend anybody tonight, I don't give a shit. How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make it in this country to kill Americans? How many known suspected terrorists didn't make it in the country? How many billions of dollars did the cartels make? President Trump is one badass president. He secured the border at a level we've never seen before. And I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that's been released into the United States under this administration. Don't get too comfortable. We're going to need some help. Do I have any volunteers that want to come back and help run the biggest deportation operation in the history of this nation? In January of 25, the greatest president of my lifetime walking back in the White House. He tells me we got, I say 120 days. He says, no, you got 60 to lock the border down. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I told the president. He comes back. I come back. We fix this shit.
I like that nigga. I like him. I like that nigga. I like him. How boy said, how they said, I like that nigga, man. I like him. I don't give a fuck. He said Trump told him 120 days. He said no. He told Trump 120 days. He told Trump no 60 to get this thing popping. And he said, I got you. Well, say less. Say less. What's up? Nigga, we outside. Is what he said. Nigga, we is outside. You already activated us. We active. What's up? And you gonna make sure I got everything I need, man. Say less. I'll holler at you when we over. You know what I'm saying? I like him. I something about the heart. I like him. He was probably in military too. Now look at this hole. Girl.
Me, I'm a taxpayer.
No, I want to show y'all the whole one. He cleared her ass. He told her, he said, you work for me. Hold on, let me go to this.
Under Kamala Harris, I want to add one more thing. You talk about the child sex crimes. Under Kamala Harris, we'd have over 500,000 children have been smuggled into the United States, separated from their families, smuggled by criminal cartels, and released in the United States. That's her failure as a border czar. And let me add this. They've released these people to so-called sponsors. They don't vet properly. Now they can't find 148,000 children or their sponsors. And I guarantee you, based on my 3.5 decades of investigative experience, these children are in forced labor or they're in forced sex trade and they're living a life of hell. This administration, what they've done on the border is disgusting.
I told y'all they've been attacking our children. I told y'all. Now, they have sponsors that were supposed to be with these missing children. And then now he said you can't find the sponsors nor the children. Don't that bring you back to the Diddy thing? Don't that bring you back to my experience in the airport? I told y'all, I felt like they were attacking the children. This is the only reason I'm talking about this shit. I felt like they were attacking the children. He cutting up. Hold on.
Ocasio-Cortez was out stumping for Bernie Sanders in Iowa. Let's take a listen to what she had to say on Saturday.
Organizing is about tipping people off if you start to see that ICE and CBP are in communities to try to keep people safe. I'm here because Senator Sanders has actually committed to breaking up ICE and CBP.
Tom, your thoughts on that statement?
It's ridiculous. It's an extremely stupid statement made by.
She want to break up ICE, right? And the people who deporting the people, because she's a foreigner too. And he about to talk about it. Now she want to break up ICE and all the people who help deport illegal immigrants because she's a foreigner with the hard R. That's AOC.
It's ridiculous. It's an extremely stupid statement made by somebody I never consider real smart anyways. But here's an elected lawmaker. She's a congresswoman standing on a stage telling people how to obstruct ICE, tipping off people that ICE is looking for. And she needs to realize 9 out of 10 of everybody ICE arrested last year was a convicted criminal or pending criminal charges. Let me talk about a few. Last year, 137,000 criminals, 2,000 were murders, 12,000 sex offenses, 45,000 assaults, 62,000 drug offenses, 10,000 weapons offenses. And she wants the community to tip these people off. The ICE is in their neighborhood operating. ICE's job is already extremely dangerous. Now she's making it more dangerous. And she's one of these Democrats keep saying, no one's above the law. The president is above the law. We need to impeach the president because he's not above the law. But apparently illegal aliens are above the law because ICE isn't allowed to arrest them. It's a ridiculous statement.
Tom Homan.
It's a dangerous statement.
Yeah. Tom, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
All right, 55 minutes after the hour.
When he said no, she's saying no one is above the law, but apparently illegal aliens are. Hey, she would of course be behind she would be for ICE being defunded and dismantled because she has an interest in that, just like Kamala. Everybody wants to run around and say Kamala was black. Kamala ain't never been black. And that's why her whole thing was getting foreigners over here. She relates to them because she's a foreigner with the hard R. Like, this is what this is about. So this is why it's imperative that we get people in these positions who are actually real Americans, which only real Americans are black people, black Americans, but we'll table that for now. But at least actual citizens born on the land in the soil here. We can't have the AOCs of the world making these type of, you know what I mean, decisions and talking points. We just can't. Get the likes up on the video, y'all.
A lot of people say, why I see you on Fox News, you're always so emotional, and I see you screaming at Congress, because I wake up every day pissed off. I wake up every day pissed off because we gave this administration the most secure border in my lifetime. And the data proves it. Illegal immigration was down 83 to 90%. A record. No one's ever accomplished that. Illegal immigration was down a 45-year low. Now, you heard me on video. I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president I've ever worked for said they took actions to try to secure the border. Even Clinton and Obama took actions to secure the border. No one did more than President Trump. But President Biden is the first president in the history of this nation who came in office and unsecured a border. And that pisses me off, because when you unsecure the border, people die. Now, I see the White House moron, the spokesperson, and Jen Psaki before her. They will say the Trump administration's inhumane policies. You guys, you're inhumane. You're racist, and our policy is much more humane. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because let me tell you the truth. Under President Trump, Doctors Without Borders did a study. They said 31% of women that make that journey get sexually assaulted. Now, I've talked to girls as young as 9 years old when I was a special agent that was raped multiple times by the criminal cartels of Mexico. They're animals. And when you sit down and talk to a 9-year-old little girl and look in her eyes, and every bit of humanity has been stolen from her.
everything innocent. It breaks your heart and it pisses me off because when President Trump had illegal immigration down 83% to 90%, depending on what time frame you looked at, how many women weren't being raped?
Really quick, before he finished, doesn't this bring you back to the industry and what they are doing with little children? He's talking about 9-year-old little girls. Now, if the industry, and we all know the industry is tied to the Democrats. We know that, as we saw for this campaign Kamala ran. This is what we know. This is not what we think. This is what we know. The industry and the Democrats have some sort of thing together. So that means the Diddy's is cool with the political people. Now, if the child thing is happening on the industry side, you don't think that it will be coincidence that the Democrats open the border wide open and these type of things get to happen to a 9-year-old girl or to little babies? Think about it. It was politicians at the Diddy parties. They all connected. I understand why he mad, because that's how mad I was when I seen Krishan Jr. and his doggone hernia. And when something break your heart for helpless kids, you get so pissed off about it. And I know I do, because I understand how he feel, because I feel the exact same way. I'm just saying there's a connection there, and it will make it easier for an Ava Combs to end up in the hands of Diddy because the borders are wide open. What a coincidence.
How many children were dying? How many pounds of fentanyl didn't make it in the country to kill Americans? How many known suspected terrorists didn't get in the country because our border was secure? President Trump's policies were not inhumane. They saved lives. President Biden wants to say the policies are more humane. Let me set the record straight. Over 1,700 migrants have died on U.S. soil since Joe Biden's been president. 1,700 migrants have died on U.S. soil. A record. Over 100,000 Americans have died from fentanyl overdoses. A record. ICE has more sex trafficking investigations of women and children this year than the last 6 years combined. A record number of women and children being sex trafficked. And the thing that bothers me the most, on top of all those terrible things, a record number of known suspected terrorists have been arrested trying to enter this country. Don't tell me his policy is humane. They're killing people at record numbers. They're killing migrants at record numbers. They're killing Americans at record numbers. Bottom line, President Trump was one badass president.
Now, other than his personal biases, a lot of us, myself included, did not know these numbers and what he was talking about until he got on here and said it. See, and this is what they have, the left have this real good. They have a great way of projecting what they're doing onto other people. They had us over here thinking that, because they had me, I ain't gonna lie, when Trump first had them, remember they showed them children at the border in cages, remember? And the children was crying for their mamas. I said, oh man, that's cold-blooded. Remember that? And I was like, that's cold. What you don't know is they're telling us that what they're doing, deporting them, is bad, when it sounds to me, according to this, having them here is worse. Because they're susceptible to a whole bunch of stuff that they wouldn't have been had they not been here. And this is the fact that they don't want you to know so that they can continue to do the BS that they've done. Outside of me personally feeling like financially it's too much of a hardship, and also morally I feel like, and legally it's not the correct thing to do. It's bigger than that. And again, that's between them people and their kids. I'm sorry to sound harsh, but I don't care. I care about nigga babies. But when I'm saying that is to say this. It's way much more stuff happening under the nose or under the guise of this mass importation versus the mass deportation. And they trick these parents into thinking that, hey, come over here for a better life, like they've done all this time. And the whole time they doing some real heinous stuff in the back end, on the back end. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. And if you tell this to somebody who just wants Kamala Harris to be the doggone president, they'll swear to God you lying. So you mean to tell me this man lying? That's what you're saying? Come on now. This is the last video I'm going to share of him over there talking. Yo, this man is a mess. Check it out. Hold on.
This is out of control.
well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back of that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life were like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member
We
of Congress.
agree on that.
Fix it.
We agree on
You
that,
have
but I
failed it. You have-
disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrants as prone to criminality.
People for 3 decades on this.
Gentlemen,
time is.
Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan,
Look,
please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The
you have-
time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get to go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved
this is a
an
circus.
agreement
This is a circus.
between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one witness, one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair.
Mr. Homan.
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a tax.
Girl, the way she banged that gavel. Girl, the way she wasn't playing the way she banged that gavel. You hear me? Mr. Homan.
Respect the chair's authority.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair.
Mr. Homan.
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
So the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation,
I recommend a 0 tolerance.
which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
He ate. You know what he said? So you recommend family separation. Same way it is if an adult gets arrested with their child. The child can't go to jail with the adult, and the adult is not going to go to jail. So don't we separate the family from when we arrest a child? I mean, an adult, I'm sorry, who have kids with him? He about to eat her up. Look.
0 tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way.
She thought she ate him because she said seeking asylum is not against the law. He said yes it is, and he quoted the code. She was like, no. If they can seek asylum, it's not against the law. And then he said, then you got to go through the port of entry, meaning there's a process even for y'all so-called asylum seekers. But y'all didn't do that. Y'all just flooded the open borders and be like, come on in, y'all. Y'all did no protocol, no nothing. And that right there is where they illegally had a whole bunch of people come in. Listen, I hope they prosecute all them bitches, especially her. I swear, I don't know if she did nothing, but I want her to go to jail. I don't know why. Because they thought they had a loophole. See, they asylum seekers. They can come in. There's a process that y'all did not follow, which means they are illegal, period.
The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is it worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together. You better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home.
I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done.
Every single one of us knows somebody who died from a fentanyl overdose. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Put a 1 in the chat if you know somebody who's either had a fentanyl overdose or know somebody who died from a fentanyl overdose. Because I know I can raise both of my hands. I can raise both of my hands. So when he say y'all are literally a criminal organization and will be treated like one, listen, that affects everybody. They putting the shit in weed. You can't even smoke no green no more. You literally can't roll up a goo. You can't smoke a goo with nobody because you don't know if they got the fentanyl in there. The drug dealers who's selling it don't even know they got the fentanyl in. They just think they selling regular weed. Next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. Come on, man. And I'm gonna let them cook. Then we gonna finish this up.
You're done.
Why would you release 5 or 6 female children to one male sponsor? Why would you do that? So God help these children. God help these children. I love kids. And this administration, I don't want to hear another word about you being humane. You're putting children at risk. Record number of Americans are dying. Record numbers of migrants are dying. There's one guy who can fix this shit, and it's Donald Trump. Look, I knew President Trump was going to run before you did because I had dinner with him in Las Vegas about 6 months before he announced. And we're having dinner, and he looked at me and says, Dom, I think I'm coming back. If I come back, can I get you to come back? I says, I tell you what, sir, I'm so pissed off, I'll come back for free.
This is the thing. When people wonder why Kamala lost this election, you got to know this. It's because the American people are fed up. If fentanyl only affected the black community, obviously nobody would care. But that fentanyl shit affected everywhere. The mass immigration of these people affected everybody's pockets. Everything that the American people, let me go get the thing up so you can see it again, because I want y'all to see. I don't want nobody to feel like, oh, I don't understand, it's rigged, This is one election I can say. I can't count on no other one. But this one election I can say without a doubt ain't nowhere near rigged. Because the people are fed the fuck up, okay? And that's just the facts on that. When you see maps like this, hold on. And you think of all of the things that we had gone through as a people, okay? Immigration, we had these people getting all of our money, our taxes are being raised, they're closing our schools. Our children can't read, they can't write, they can't recite nothing. Our children are jacked. They got them thinking that there's 100 and something genders, so that's confusing the hell out of them. We watching drag queens, shout out to the drag queens, but not the ones that go down to the schoolhouse. Drag queens coming down to the schoolhouse. Even hell, Blueface and Krishan going down to the schoolhouse was enough for me. So that was before I seen the drag queens. Our education for our children is messed up. We broke. The food is poisoned. Let's start there. The food that we buy from the grocery store is poisoned. We had this whole thing of we had to go get these waxes in our arms, and now we got 19, 20, 21-year-olds with stage 3 and 4 cancers hopping up out of nowhere. They pushing abortion onto our women as if it's something that's cool or something that's a right for women, and it has nothing to do with women's rights, because women's rights looks way different from the right to go down there and have them people suck a vacuum up your cooch and suck out the leg, the arm, or whatever of your baby, because that's what it looks like. Let's talk turkey. When you go get an abortion, especially if you have an abortion that's not like in the first 4 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks, it's an actual baby. So when they go up there and they take that vacuum and they suck it up out of your butt, They may or may not get the whole thing. You know what that means? They got to go back in and get some more. And you know what that means? If they don't get it all, they got to keep going back in and get some more. And guess what? If the baby comes out missing limbs and all and is still living, guess what they get to do? You put in that part. Then we don't even know what's going on with the feet, what they doing with it after they finish, because they do sell parts on the dark web. But abortions is the women's rights. That's the hill we want to die on. That's the hill we want to die on. Okay? The American people were pushed too far. And this is why the map is 86.72% red and 13.28% blue. This means that the majority of America thinks that y'all is slow. Y'all crazy. And if we leave it up to y'all, this is what the people on the 86% side. If we leave it up to you guys, we will be in a shit show that we won't ever be able to get out of. So the American people went down and ski-weed to the polls, and they just didn't ski-weed in the left's direction. And they are just going to have to get over it. They can kick and scream and cry, but this is what we know. If the 13.28% had to go against the 86.72%, you wouldn't stand a chance. You just wouldn't. You can piece this up. Oh, they cheating. Girl, I ain't never seen nobody cheat like this. At least when people cheat, they try to make it look like it's close. Girl, please, ain't nobody cheat. It is what it is. You want to know why the Republicans got the House and the Senate? Because y'all was doing too much. The people gave y'all an inch and y'all ran a damn marathon. Now they reeling y'all ass back in. All that children, trans kids, that's the weirdest shit I've ever heard in my life. Sexualizing a child, calling them a trans at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, dressing the little boys up like little girls, dressing the little girls up like little boys, saying they don't have no gender. Y'all is some weird pedo type of people to even think about your child's sexuality at those ages. It's weird, it's disgusting, and the people have spoken. Okay? Now sit down, eat your food, shut the entire fuck up, because we tired of hearing y'all. We're literally tired of hearing y'all. Shut the entire fuck up and shut up and let the people do what they need to do. I'm tired of my money going to everywhere except my hood, my neighborhood, my schools, my children. I'm tired. We tired. Everybody's tired. You shut the fuck up and go cry in a corner. That's what you do. Let them people do what they need to do. These the same people holler women's rights, but then when you turn around and say, oh, I don't think that a trans woman should be playing or boxing a real woman, then it's, oh, but they're women too. So you mean to tell me you want to protect women's rights, but let a nigga put on a wig and come box up a woman? Did y'all see the Olympics? Were y'all there? Were you there? One lady quit 2 seconds into the round because the first lick coming from y'all so-called TSs damn near knocked her socks off. Boys racing against girls, women who've been practicing for 3.5 years to get this one moment, and they had some nigga come in and say, I'm a girl now, mama, and they get to come in and sweep everything away from these women, and you bitches were the same ones hollering, oh, women's rights, but they women too, so they can come. Girl, fuck y'all. Girl, fuck y'all. And I said it. Y'all don't give a damn about no women's rights. Ain't nothing y'all got going on is for women's rights. Girl, made me mad. Girl, that poor lady. You saw that lady? I ain't never felt so sorry for a clear in my life. When that lady started crying after that boy bopped her upside the head during the Olympics, she couldn't even take another lick. And look at him. Well, see, but voodoo, he's not a man. How's he not a man? I mean, he has higher levels of testosterone than he has estrogen, but that doesn't mean he's a man. Bitch, that's the textbook definition of understanding who's who. Bitch, testosterone versus fucking estrogen. If he had way higher levels of testosterone, then odds are that's a nigga. The fuck? Well, voodoo. What about intersex? For the small amounts of hermaphrodites in the world, my heart goes out to them. But we not about to use that less than 2% of people and try to make them the blanket for all. Girl, y'all could kiss the blackest part of my ass. Girl, bye. Girl, let's move on. Like I said, y'all like the video if you haven't already because my nerves getting bad. Girl, my nerves were so bad with all of this, girl. Bree, thank you for the super chat. They just can't let it go. And can't. Girl, ridiculous. Shantae, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. I think I read you. Yeah, KJ said the school tried to say her son was ADD. I paid for an independent evaluation. He scored above average in everything. The principal was angry. That's what they do. Love Wisdom, thank you for the super chat. Trump cooking, bring those trade classes back. Absolutely. Gypsy Hustle, thank you for the super chat. Can you imagine being a black woman in the 1900s? Cleaning some white woman's homes, rearing her children, and she's talking about not having the right to. That's what I'm saying. And that's another thing. All the stuff that they were talking about having the right to, they didn't even want to do. They didn't even want to do. It's a Jedi mind trick, I swear. Selma Haywood, thank you for the super chat. I just found your show and I'm loving it. Oh, thank you, beautiful. Thank you, fan. Welcome on in. Y'all subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you so much. French Coco 369. When Tucker Carlson told about replacement theory, they told black people he was racist. Now black people are crying mad that their replacements are getting deported. Shake my damn head. Keep cooking, boo. And that's the thing. That's why I say it's got to be some Jedi mind trick because they have gotten us to believe that the thing that really hurts us is really good for us. Remember Trump came on here and said they taking the black jobs. Y'all remember that? Remember Trump came on here and said they taking the black jobs? And what did the shade room and social media do? See, he's being racist and look at black people. Yeah. He over here talking about what is a black job? What is a black job? Bitch, the one you clock in on every day. That's a black job. Whatever job you clock in on, that is a black job. But they use emotionalism to get you to not even think. You see what I'm saying? You see the Jedi mind trick? They taking a black job. What is he trying to say? What is a black job? Whatever one you get up out your bed every morning to, make your coffee, put your clothes on, drive down to the people place, clock in and clock. That's the black job he was talking about. And it was really on defense of black, because they said, what are you going to do for black people? First of all, Scammell already said, I will never do anything specifically for black people. Let's be clear about that. At least he acknowledged you niggas. Well, one thing I'll do is mass deport all these immigrants so that they won't keep taking the black jobs. Black people, well, what is it? Black job? He's so racist. Y'all hold so slow as turtles, girl. My head was hurting when that happened. I ain't gonna lie. But it's the Jedi mind trick. That's what it is. It's the Jedi mind trick. Thank you, French Coco. Akani Unfiltered Life and Wellness Chronicles. Thank you for the super chat. My son was deployed at the border and the escapees were treated better than the soldiers. F them boys for real, but bye. Let me tell you something, and I've heard that from many people who worked at the border. As a matter of fact, I heard when, because you know that was one of the first things Biden did, if I'm not mistaken, when he came into office, was open them borders. And I heard that they were basically, they had people come down basically telling them, you stand there and don't do nothing. Let them people do whatever it is they want to do. You shut, and if you do something, you'll get in trouble. Hell, it's like that on a city level, right? In New Orleans, in the city of New Orleans, black people go through hell and high water to get permits to have food trucks and things of that nature. The illegals get to just come up with their little grill and post up on the corner and sell them dirty ass tacos and empanadas. And the police are told by people in charge of them, do not touch these people. You cannot say nothing to them. You cannot do nothing to them. Even if I don't care if they don't have no paperwork or nothing. Do not touch these people. This is what was happening on the city level. Not just in New Orleans. It was all over. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Thank you for the super chat, Akani. Sipping the hot tea with D. Thank you for the super chat. He ate her up, no crumbs or bones. Love you, Voo. Love you more, boo boo. And Miss Tuskegee, Alabama, Voodoo, you making my heart glow with this truth. Thank you so much. Thank you, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead, especially in California, girl. It was everywhere, girl. It was everywhere. Them illegal immigrants was able to walk around here doing whatever they want to do. Girl, they had, don't make, you know, I like to pull the receipts. You know I like to pull the receipts. I ain't gonna never delete this. I'm gonna keep this up here. While we were struggling at the pumps, this what they was working with down at the doggone at the stores, leaving their receipts with 20 racks. You know what I mean? Come on, man. It's time. It's time. It's time. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. Everybody, if you haven't already, please like the video. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm about to end this live. I got to get up and go to the store. I done took these braids out, girl. Now I got to go to the store and get all the stuff I need for these braids, girl, to get my hair back in order. All right. Love y'all down to the ground. I will see y'all later. Like I said, subscribe if you're new, and I'm about to Joce y'all up out of here. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, drop it for your. Lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.